Had to fight, man. We coming, man. Let's do it.
On February 2nd in Hollywood, Florida, at the Seminole Hard Rock and Casino, Palamino and Trout will put it all on the line as the BKFC welterweight world title hangs in the balance. At number 4 ranked lightweight Bryce Henry clashes with the always dangerous Robbie Peralta.
Fighters Reber, Perez, Inclan, Garcia, they're all looking to climb their way in to title contention. And in the co-main event, it is guest Bryce Henry seems to be destined to hold or at least fight for that lightweight championship. But across the ring tonight, one of the most prolific veterans in the organization, undefeated in BKFC, it's Robbie Peralta. For the better part of the year, former double champion Luis Polomino has called for his money fight. Now arguably the best pound-for-pound bets in BKFC stands across from a former WBA champion who's ready to claim more hardware for his mantle. It's Austin No Doubt Trout, Luis Baboon Palamino in the main event for our BKFC Welterweight Championship of the World. Well, it always feels good to be back home. I'm Cyrus Feast. This is BKFC 57. We're here at the Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Hollywood, Florida, where we've made so many great memories over the years. I can tell you right now, they are packing this thing. They are opening up more seats as we talk right here, and a lot to be excited about tonight. When you think about what this show has on it, from the beginning to end, you got barn burners. And if you want to enhance your experience, all you have to do is get that BKFC app for $7.99 a month. You're going to be able to catch our events, go back into the library and check out some of the most incredible moments of BKFC history. You're going to get great original content like the BKFC tryouts, like the Bare Knuckle Show with Brian Sosha. It's all right there in the BKFC app, and all you have to do is get on your app store and pick it up right now. Later on in March, folks, a lot to be excited about as you take a look at the schedule. We're going to be back in Bulgaria. The first one was nasty. Get on the app and watch it. Great European fighters throwing down inside of our BKFC ring. Then we are back to one of our new home bases, Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it's our flyweight champion, John Dodson, taking on Aguero for the title. It is going to be a special night there, March 29th in Albuquerque. Just 2 weeks away, though, we are back with the Prospect Series. You just saw an incredible prospect card just last week in Albuquerque. This one going to be special. Grossu taking on Shavers in the main event. That's Manassas, Virginia, right outside of D.C. We're excited to break ground there in the D.C. metropolitan area, there in Manassas. And then the Prospect Series makes the move across the border. It's going to be in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, as the Prospect Series rows on. Gibson taking on Randall. Masan Wong taking on Gabrielle Roman. What a special night it is going to be there at the BKFC Prospect Series, as we are really putting a lot behind the Prospect Series right now as we lead in to 2024. This, of course, being our first numbered event. And, of course, we've come back home to the big guitar where we've had so many incredible moments. And a lot of those moments have involved one of our main eventers tonight. Of course, he is the undefeated former double champion, Luis Baboon Palamino. He's taking on Austin Trout, and that's going to be something special. But there he is, the one and only Luis Palamino with the OnlyFans exclusive look as he makes his way into the arena. Palamino feels like he has a lot to prove. He has a chip on his shoulder. He wanted a big money fight, and he's got it with that man. Former WBA boxing champion Austin No Doubt Trout. We saw him at Knucklemania 3, dispatch of a legend in Diego Sanchez, but now this is a major upgrade in opponent. Palamino has been relatively untouchable in the organization. Austin Trout looking to change that tonight. That's a lot to be excited about. Big contender match as well. But if you're just tuning in to BKFC for the first time, let's take a look at the rules. Brought to you by Mint 45. All bouts scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. All bouts are scored by 3 judges on a 10-point must system. Hand wraps must be at least 1 inch below the bare knuckle. Punching in the clinch is allowed. No 3 knockdown rule. No being saved by the bell at any time. All kicks, knees, elbows, takedowns, submissions are not legal. And there it is, folks. You know the rules. You know what we're looking at here, folks. But let's send it down to our commentary team. Let's talk a little bit about this one. Let's talk about betting first here before we get on to Sean and Chris. Let's talk about the betting here with BKFC 57. You can actually get your choice of sportsbook. All you got to do, get out your phone and scan the QR code or go to bet.bkfc.com. That way, you can have a little bit of fun tonight. You can add a little bit of cheese onto the night here. Maybe make a little bit of money, do a parlay, put it all on the main event. Whatever you want to do, it's your choice. Bet on BKFC with that QR code right there, and you'll be on and popping. What a night it is going to be. Now we're talking about odds, so of course I got to go to my guy who's really locked in on the gambling, the one and only Chris Lights Out Littles. We talked to Sean and Chris. You know, Chris, I just call you our resident gambling expert here, right?
Degenerate.
I wasn't going to say that. You said that. But let's look at the odds right now. And when you take a look at those odds, if you're a gambling man, what incites you here?
Man, there's so many good fights right here. This is a great night. It's really, really close on a lot of these. The one that jumps out the page at me, actually, though, is Christine Vicens. I mean, she is...
And it looks like we may have lost Chris there just for a moment. He's saying Christine Vicens, and you take a look, minus 160 in that one. That's going to be a fantastic value. Vicens could be on her way to a title shot opportunity. I know there's a lot of people thinking that. Take a look at some of those. You look at that main event. I mean, you see the odds where they're at. Palamino being an undefeated double champion. Those still aren't very bad odds taking on Austin Trout. I mean, maybe you go with Trout on this one. There's a lot of options when you take a look at what we have here, folks. I'm telling you, it's a lot to be excited about. And we are here at the Hard Rock Live, and they are still trickling in here. I can tell you this much. We're expecting a lot of stars in the audience as well. I'm going to try to get down there ringside and get with some of those stars, get with some of those big-name fighters that are going to be here at this event. There is a lot of buzz, a ton of buzz coming into BKFC 57, and for good reason. And we are going to get things started here. Our first fight of the night, Leo Bercier making the walk. You're talking about an absolute bomb thrower in the organization is Bercier. We've seen him on a number of our cards. This is a guy that throws caution to the wind. Got a brother that fights as well. And here at BKFC, Leo Bercier is one of those guys that you don't want to get in there with because you know he is going for your head. He's looking to end the fight very, very quickly as he gets ready to step in to our BKFC squared circle. And why not lead up with some real bomb throwers here with some heavy hitters? That's what you're getting tonight here at BKFC 57. Mike Beltran getting him ready for war. Leo Bercier steps inside of the ring. Our first fighter to step into the ring tonight at BKFC 57 is that man, Leo Bercier. Well, folks, this man here is a favorite in the area. The Tomahawk, Steve Townsel, as you can hear, he's got a lot of love out in the audience. This is another guy, kill or be killed, not afraid to go out on his sword, is Steve Townsel. This is one of the first matchups when I took a look at this card, and I'm talking to people here in the organization. You know it's going to be money if you get two guys that are willing to go out on their shield, on their sword tonight. And that is a guy like Steve Townsel and a guy like Leo Bercier. But then you say that, and then it ends up going to decision, right? I may have just jinxed it tonight. Townsel and Bercier kicking things off here at BKFC 57, but I don't think that's the case. Townsel here, final moments before he steps in here once again. A number of times he has fought here at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Steve Townsel in the ring. The crowd raining in those cheers for him. It's Bercier and it's Townsel here at BKFC 57. And with that, let's send it to our ring announcer, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you one and all, and welcome to our favorite place to start a fight here at Hard Rock Live here in beautiful Hollywood, Florida. And we welcome you one and all to BKFC 57. BKFC for review begins tonight with 5 2-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get bucked up. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and silver. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 206 1/2 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 3 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Great Falls, Montana, here is Leo Bushido Bercier. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, an identical 206 1/2 pounds. His bare knuckle fighting record stands at 3 victories opposite 3 defeats. Fighting out of Fort Pierce, Florida, by way of Miami, Florida, here is Steve Tomahawk Townsel. And our referee in charge of the action, Sam Burgos.
Hold the line, gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm right here. All right. And here we go, round number 1. Leo Bercier and Steve Townsel kicking things off here at BKFC 57. And here comes Townsel, already getting tied up. Leo Bercier trying to hold on to the center of the ring. Big uppercut. So we are having a few technical difficulties with Sean Wheelock, but we do have Chris Lytle here with me. And Chris, these guys not wasting any time. That's how they fight.
And you knew this was how this fight was going to be. Townsel getting by out there trying to outpoint his opponent. Bercier just wants to land one shot just like that.
What a combination there. Leo Bercier just keeping his composure. You know Townsel is going to swing wild, and Bercier hanging in there. The fact is, these guys have one-punch knockout power, Chris.
Well, especially Bercier is known for his good chin, but that hard right hand. He just wants to land one shot. Towsel's more of a volume puncher, but definitely landing hard. Definitely a different strategy right here. Bercier's so relaxed, so composed, just waiting for that one hard shot.
Yeah, you see Townsel, he kind of holds back there for a second, but he can't help himself. He's one of those fighters, big right hand. Townsel lands, backs up, steps in, and goes to the body, keeping his distance. Steve Townsel. And I don't know about you, Chris, but when I saw these two guys were on the card opening up the night, I knew it was going to be a special night here at the Hard Rock.
I was shocked. These guys are usually middle of the card, end of the card, but I mean, Townsel right there, he wants to be a smart fighter, but it's hard to take that out of you when you just want to come forward and bang, and that's what he wants to do.
BKFC 57 here at the Hard Rock Live as they are trickling in, and we have a fully sold out fight card here, folks, and what a way to kick off 24 with our first numbered event. Big right hand there, just misses by Bercier. Now charging forward, nice combination. Able to land the left. Knocks him, he gets those very hard ropes. And folks, as we wrap up this round, we are going to welcome Sean in, and we are going to throw to the BKFC Tail of the Tape, brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Thank you, Cyrus. That's the quietest that I've been in about 25 years. We are at 205 pounds. Steve Townsel versus Leo Bercier. We're through one round, and you see our Tail of the Tape.
And you can see here, Sean, everything very similar. You got a reach exactly identical at 74. Height, there is a little bit of an advantage for Townsel in some people's eyes. To me, being taller, that is not an advantage. It could be a disadvantage if that person is able to land those overhands. And Leo Bercier, that's one of his favorite shots.
Audio issues sorted, Chris. I could barely contain myself off mic.
I saw you over there. I saw you were kind of, you're popping at the seams right there trying to talk. I said, it's easy, big fella. Wait for the right time.
Steve Townsel, 2-2 in BKFC. Leo Bercier, 3-1 in BKFC. A pivotal bout for both of these talented fighters in the cruiserweight division. Referee Sam Burgos brings both men up to scratch. Round number 2. Black and red trunks for Townsel. Black and silver trunks for Bercier.
Talking with Townsel, he definitely feels like he's the faster fighter, the more accurate fighter. Bercier feels like he's the more powerful striker.
See the patience of both men. Townsel from the southpaw stance, Bercier from the ortho stance, and a right hand and the right uppercut. 35 remaining, round number 2. Townsel with the entry left. There's the snap jab with the right hand from the southpaw stance for Steve Townsel. Jabbed in the 1-2 from Bercier.
Like the way Townsel's moving on his bike, just angling out every time Bercier tries to come in with that jab.
Bercier told us in our fighter meeting, I know I have to be smart. Fighting the southpaw Townsel, I have to keep landing my power punches. Slight swelling under the right eye of Leo Bercier. Good entry, left hand on the step in from Townsel.
I love the way Townsel stepped outside that lead foot. That makes that left hand lead right, just go right down the pipe and land.
Overhand left, just misses from Bercier.
Out.
45 seconds remaining, round number 2. Bercier from the center circle. Double right hand, left hook, just misses the mark. Good circle out from Steve Townsel.
That's the thing. Townsel doing a great job of controlling the range right there and moving out of range. He's got to be careful, though. Just right there, and his hands down. If he gets hit in the chin, he's in big trouble as he's backing out.
See the head movement of Bercier, looking for the entry into the mid-range. Good circle out again from Townsel. Duck under from Townsel. Both men showing a lot of patience. Bercier missed with that big step in right hand. There's the step in left counter, left hand right back from Bercier.
Kind of rock Townsel right there.
Final seconds, round number 2, right hand again from Leo Bercier. Right hand, left hook, right hand from Bercier. Big exhale from Townsel, final seconds. There is the bell, next stop, round 3.
Bercier's really starting to find his range right now as Townsel's backing up without his hands, protecting his face. You gotta be careful doing that. Bercier's really starting to find his range. As soon as he lands that good punch with Steve Townsel's hands down, that's gonna be a problem.
His hands are low, man.
I'm in a forgiving mood today.
Like, he's right on you, but he's right there, and he's just fucking even as one. You know what I mean? Wing one. Like not the straight. The straight ain't. He's staying away from your fucking power. But when he's close enough, his hands are up, fucking throw that hook. Right hook.
Some good corner advice right there. Bercier's corner tell when the ends are up, throw the hook.
Mouthpiece.
But there's a lot of time when Steve Townsel is coming in his hands
Red mouthpiece.
or not up. That's when you really want to unload. Throw that straight right down the pipe.
Knuckle up.
Call of knuckle up from referee Sam Burgos, round number 3. There's the jab from Bercier. Level change, good roll under from Townsel. Townsel the left hand. Bercier off the jab. Duck under again, overhand right. Townsel with the straight right hand. Good hard jab again with the right hand from Townsel. Right hand right back on the rear right hand from Bercier.
See, Bercier's ducking, he's slipping punches, but needs to fire back as soon as he avoids that shot. You can see here Townsel throwing and landing at a less rate right there. Higher percentage, but Bercier's throwing more and landing more.
Good parry of that Bercier jab by Townsel. The right hand gets through from Leo Bercier. Beautiful circling out.
That's a beautiful straight right down the pipe. Step outside the lead foot.
In the back of the head, all right? Not hit the back of the head.
Referee Sam Burgos talking to Leo Bercier. You can grab the half tie plum, the single collar tie, when you're throwing. You cannot grab in distance. That was the soft warning to Bercier by Burgos. Good right hand again. Left hook just off the mark. Townsel circling out once more. 50 seconds remaining, round 3. Good right hook from Steve Townsel. Townsel landing on his back foot, Chris.
And that's where Townsel doing his best work in there, laying those right hands, the jab and the hook.
Townsel now trying to take center circle with 35 seconds remaining, round 3. To the body goes Townsel. Rangefinder jab, 2 from Bercier. Step in left hook from Bercier off the mark, but it moved Townsel off his striking line. Very slight swelling under Townsel's right eye.
Keep your hand closed, Red.
2 of the best in the 205-pound division in BKFC. Steve Townsel versus Leo Bercier. Bout number 1, BKFC 57, sold out tonight. Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida. The bell, we move to round 4.
And Sean, I felt like in the last 45 seconds, Townsel had some of his best success. He landed a couple good jabs, a couple good right hooks in there. He needs to implement more of that. He's a faster fighter out there. He wants to get in that position, land his punches, and then roll or get out of the way. He can't stand there for the return that's going to come from Leo Bercier.
I need to counter off of that right hand from him. That parry jab, those hooks, when he gets in close, okay, on low, and then get the fuck out of there.
And he's fucking popping that jab on you.
We get out late tonight. The walkout bout is at 12:55.
Move it a little bit.
Just what we were talking about right there. When Towsel's able to get in there and land that jab, he's doing good work. Bercier's corner telling him a little bit more head movement out there, but putting that pressure on. What Bercier's doing well. He's staying right in range, just throwing hard shots. He's willing to trade.
That is Bridger Bercier, the older brother of Leo Bercier and a BKFC fighter in his own right. Sporting touch of hands, round number 4. That's the jab from Bercier. The head movement from Townsel and the roll under. Townsel to the body with the left hook. Both fighters trying to land this step in. Bercier from the orthodox stance, Townsel from the southpaw stance. Both fighters have found success in doing so. Jab to the body, not there from Bercier.
So a lot of times we talk about people circling away from somebody's power. Townsel's doing the opposite right now. He's circling into that power, but he feels like he's so much faster than his opponent. He can see that straight right hand coming.
Good right hand gets through from Townsel on the straight right hand.
And that's that speed factor we talked about. He saw that jab coming, he blocked it and threw his own right hand.
Counter right hand. Townsel, you can see grabbing his right hand. Sam Burgos saying fight on. Townsel staying in this fight. Now taking the knee. That is ruled a knockdown. And here comes the count from Sam Burgos.
I don't think Townsel's going to be able to keep going. He's hurt.
7, 8, 9.
The count of 10 reached, and the win for Leo Bercier. But he is not celebrating, showing his class as he knows that he gets this 4th round TKO win due to injury of Steve Townsel.
Little anticlimactic the way that ended. You saw Townsel landing some good shots there, throwing that counter right a few times there. They landed, however, looks like it did damage to his hand. Let's see what happens right here. Good block, a good right hook. And you can just hear him yell right now in pain. As Townsel threw that right hand, he wanted to keep fighting. You could see the dilemma in his face. He kept trying to fight, but he's like, I can't throw my right hand. What do I do?
In addition to being 2 very talented fighters, Steve Townsel and Leo Bercier are 2 incredibly nice people. No animosity, and you can see Bercier having to be told to fight on from referee Sam Burgos. Bercier then talking to Townsel. Bercier did not want to punch Townsel as he realized Townsel was injured. Townsel, to his credit, tried to stay in, finally taking the knee. The 10 count, the win for Leo Bercier, but Bercier walking away from that victory as though he had just lost the fight.
But that's not the way he wanted to win. He wanted to get a knockout. He wanted to go out there and dominate his opponent, win, you know, very traditional type way, not through an injury or default or something like that. Nobody wants to win that way.
We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Sam Burgos, reaches the count of 10 at 2 minutes, 10 seconds into round number 4. For your winner by KO, Leo Bushido Bercier.
And Leo just keeps on winning, understanding, showing that high ring IQ, that relaxed style, getting in there and doing whatever it takes to win the fight, Sean.
Very competitive fight. Anticlimactic ending. Both fighters obviously seeming dissatisfied. Townsel, you see immediately grabbing his right hand. He tried to continue. He could not. Victorious by way of 4th round TKO due to injury, Leo Bercier defeats Steve Townsel.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC20 at BKFC.com. There's a selection of sizes and styles to choose from for everyone. And again, a reminder, you can use the promo code BKFC20 at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase. So knuckle up and save at BKFC.com.
To the bantamweight division we go. Our tale of the tape is presented by Mitt 45 for Ryan Reber versus Derek Perez.
And you can see here, Sean, extremely even for the tail of the tape. 1 inch height advantage, exactly the same reach advantage. These two almost identical on paper.
2 wins in BKFC for Derek Perez, including October of last year when he defeated Ace Samples by 2nd round TKO.
And what Derek Perez does is he exudes a very tough chin, and he gets right in the mix and throws a lot of hard punches. Nothing too heavy, not knockout punches, just a lot of consistently hard punches, and wears you down with volume. Gets right in your face, pushes the pace, just like that. Willing to take one, to give one. Feels like he's tougher than anybody he's going to go out there and face. More than happy to stand in front and trade. Makes him a very dangerous fighter, Sean.
You see our tale of the tape presented by Mitt 45.
Just went over this once again, just very similar on all aspects.
This is bout number 4 in BKFC. Bout number 5 overall in the sport of bare knuckle for Derek Perez. He's also had 1 bout in bare knuckle MMA, 13 in pro MMA, 27 in pro boxing. In our fighter meeting, Perez told us, I want to continually utilize heavy pressure. Perez said, high output is my key to victory.
Volume, Johnny talked about the volume. Why? Because it wears people down. He feels like he can get in their face, push them around, throw punches the entire time. That's making them tense. Even when he's not throwing punches, they're tense because they know it might come, and that wears them down.
Derek Perez said of his opponent in this bantamweight bout, Ryan Reber, I think he's going to try to be extremely technical. Perez said, I want to make this a rough and rugged fight. I did not want to allow Reber to settle into his rhythm. I think that he will start to fade by round 2 if we get that far due to my relentless pressure and pace.
Wants to push his opponent up against the ropes and then smother him. He feels like that pressure from the very beginning, the very first bell to the end of the fight.
4 fights, 4 wins in BKFC for Ryan Reber, including July 2022 when he defeated Rick Caruso by 4th round TKO.
You can just see Great defense right here for Reber. Not showing it there, just banging, but using very good defense, very technical. Wanted to stay in his range. The whole time he talked to us, he said, I'm going to land that 1-2 and end the fight. That's exactly what happened. Waited for the right time, continued to push the pace, tried to keep his range most of the time, but when he landed that 1-2, it did a lot of damage. Understanding what it needs to do and accomplish that. Great job for Reber.
Ryan Reber set for fight number 5 in BKFC. He's also had 1 pro boxing match. Reber told us in our fighter meeting, I want to land power punches early to set the tone. I want to continually adapt throughout this fight, and I want to flow off of my jab.
Well, he knows he cannot let his opponent get in the clinch and use that pressure game. So what he wants to do, he wants to be very elusive out there. It feels like he's a faster fighter. He feels like his opponent's going to be much slower than him. He's got to use that speed to confuse and really frustrate his opponent.
Ryan Reber said of his opponent in this bout, Derek Perez, I think he's going to keep coming forward. I definitely respect his clinch. Reber said, I do not want to play in the clinch. I'll use quick exits. I want to use excellent technical boxing. I want to create space, and I want to be extremely elusive.
That's that elusiveness. He wants to use angles, and each time he does so, each time he avoids that hard shot, he wants to throw punches and make his opponent pay for coming forward.
Once again, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for our next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the bantamweight division, presented to you by Mint 45. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and silver. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, an even 135 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 2 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Belen, New Mexico, here is Derek Rage Perez. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears pink and blue. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 136.1 pounds. He is undefeated in the squared circle at 4-0. Fighting out of Clearwater, Florida, by way of New London, Connecticut. Here is the undefeated Royal Ryan Reber. And our referee in charge of the action, Mike Beltran.
All right, Ryan Reber said, I believe I'm much faster than Derek Perez. I'm going to slow him down with my power punches, as I know that Perez will set a relentless pace. Round number 1. Forward off the scratch comes Derek Perez. He's in the black and silver trunks. Blue and pink trunks with his back against the ropes is Ryan Reber. Reber snatching the half-tie plum, overhand right, and another from Perez.
Sean, this is not where Reber wants to be. This is where Perez wants to be.
Short left uppercuts from Derek Perez from the half-tie plum. Big shots left hand, and down goes Ryan Reber.
2, 3. That was exactly what Perez wants to do. He wants to get into the pocket, get in your face, pull you down, and push you out, beat you up.
Mandatory 8 count to Reber from referee Mike Beltran. Number 1 continues. 80 seconds remaining in the opening round. And a rapid-fire start for Derek Perez now coming forward.
The thing, though, with Perez, he has such a good chin. He lets you just punch him because he doesn't mind. And he feels like, if I can trade with you, I'm going to win the fight.
More big shots from Derek Perez. Reber with his back against the ropes takes the left hand. Half-time plum again from Perez. Another big left hand. On the face wash. Another right hand.
This is all Perez's style right here. This is all his pace. This is exactly what he wants to do.
One-way traffic at the moment for Derek Perez. 45 seconds remaining round number 1. Reber trying to turn out.
This is the first real test we've seen from Reber. Let's see what he can do if he can pass his test. This is huge for him right here. This is a great fight for him to learn in.
Reber with the defensive clinch, the offensive clinch. Half-tie plum, left hand, uppercut. Perez continuing to throw. Now the right uppercut from Ryan Reber. Perez another left hand, left uppercut, left hook. Huge volume from Derek Perez here in round number 1.
Let's see if this pace right here is enough to just wear Reber out. If he's going to have anything left come round number 2.
There's the step-in right hand from Ryan Reber. Huge opening round for Derek Perez. Dropping Reber here in the first round. Reber trying to throw back the bell. That is the end of round one.
John, you could not ask for a better round for Perez right there. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Let's see if Reber can regroup after this round. He's never had a round like that. He's never tasted the canvas like this. Let's see if he's going to be able to come back after a round like that.
Don't let him grab you. Do not let him grab you.
This is not you. This is not you.
Don't let him grab you. He can't fight.
You need to double up on the jab, and you need to bring the right hand. You're being too preservative.
Stop.
Let me give you some instructions. Look, you need the jab, and you need to get out of the way, son.
You can see right here, Perez just continues to land these little short punches right there. Something Reber is just not used to. Trying to back up little one on the ground there.
Don't give him a hold. You're giving him too much hold.
And Perez just continues to pour it on. Like I said, this is his range. He wants to be in a phone booth. He wants to keep you from the full extensions of your punches. He doesn't care if he hits you really hard or really something, as long as he continues to hit you. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Call of Knuckle up from Mike Beltran, one of the best pro MMA referees in the world. Incidentally, this is his BKFC debut. Welcome to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Mike Beltran. This is a fast sport, and these are two fast 135-pounders. Step in left hand, a big right hand on the entry from Derek Perez.
Right back where Perez wants to be, right in his range. And look at those, I mean, unbelievable volume right there for Perez. Nothing unusual right there, exactly what we expected, but man.
Reber playing a lot of defense. Derek Perez playing all offense thus far in this fight. 80 seconds remaining round two. Reber uppercut to the body. Rear right uppercut from Perez. Just missed the chin of Ryan Reber. Good refereeing from Beltran, keeping this fight flowing. Perez coming forward again. There's the left hand, right hand, long straight punches, but a counter right hand from Reber. Reber trying to land with his back against the ropes. Perez walking through these shots, but takes that left hand.
So we talked about the last fight. Royal Reber said he has to land that 1-2 at range. If he's not able to stay at range, it's hard for him to get that power in there.
Reber stepping in with the 1-2. Good slip. Now the turn. Perez short right hands from the modified waist cinch. You see the framing of Derek Perez. He's been outstanding to this point in the fight. Driving pressure again from Derek Perez. Reber cut outside of his left brow. Separation again from Beltran. Final seconds, round number two. Good step in right hand from Ryan Reber, trying to pull himself back into this fight.
Reber throwing hard shots right now.
The right hand. We move to round three.
I mean, Reber throwing and landing some hard shots, but is it going to be enough? Is it the volume right now? So many more punches that are being thrown and landed by Perez. Really wearing Reber down right now, but Reber does find time when he just stops, plants, and lands hard shots.
That is Derek Perez's wife, Brittany Horton. She's also a BKFC fighter in his corner.
And here's a great exchange, brother. You can just see the difference in power being thrown by Reber. However, doesn't seem to bother Perez, and just that volume. Just keep coming forward with consistent punches, not as hard punches.
I need you to let your hands go. Stop this foolishness. I need you to double up, and I need the four. He's open for it. We're keeping as close as we can as I hope. You got to throw this thing.
I said Reber in a very difficult fight, something he has not faced yet.
Round number three underway. Ryan Reber down in round number one. Still very much in this fight. But an outstanding 2 rounds for Derek Perez. Perez coming to the inside. There's the left hand counter right from Reber. This is where Perez has done his best work, driving pressure. Reber back against the ropes, the separation from Mike Beltran.
Reber just waiting to unload that right hand, throw it right down the pipe. He feels like he needs to land that shot. Good body work by Reber right there.
Back under from Reber. You see that trickle of blood, the cut. outside of his left brow, which opened in the latter stages of round 2. Perez right back to the inside.
Problem right now, Perez is just pushing forward and wrapping up. He's not throwing punches in there like he was earlier.
Chris, go back to our fighter meeting. Perez said, I believe Reber will start to fade in round number 2 if it gets that far due to my relentless pace. We've now reached the halfway line of round number 3.
It's like Perez is starting to tire a little bit. He's still throwing punches. I mean, Reber's starting to come back.
Ryan Reber exploding in as you see Perez cut outside of his right brow. To the insertion of the mouthpiece, Perez back in chest to chest. Both fighters cut. There's the step-in jab from Ryan Reber. Overhand right misses from Perez. Good jab from Reber. Reber with the big right hand. Back into the clinch. 25 seconds remaining, round number 3.
You just get a sense right now that Reber's really starting to feel it. He's getting his second win.
Reber on the entry left hook. Perez walked into that, and indeed he walked through it right back into the clinch. Chest to chest. Perez staying heavy thus far in the clinch. Perez now to the body. Straight right hand and another right hand from Reber on the jab from Perez just before the bell. We move to round 4.
This is a battle right here, Sean.
Here's what I'm seeing, son.
Both these guys are really laying it out there. Really impressed right now with what Ryan Reber's been able to do to withstand those first 2 rounds and come back. Look at that beautiful left hand he landed that knocked the mouthpiece out of Perez. Perez is tough as nails. You can hit him with everything. It doesn't seem to bother him at all.
I don't know what else you want to hear me say. I don't know what else you want me to say.
Knocking the mouthpiece out again. Just that mouth is wide open for Derek Perez. You can tell he's tired right now.
This thing is over. Get out there and let your goddamn hands go. I ain't playing with you, boy. Open your mouth. You better open up your hands. You understand that? We ain't down here for nothing. If you're not going to listen to me, I don't need to get up here on this apron. Get out there and let your hands go.
Very emphatic in the corner right there of Ryan Reber. His coaches are pleading with him to be more active with those hands. Because almost everything he's throwing, he's landing, Sean.
Medical timeout called by referee Mike Beltran. Awaiting the start of round number 4 will be the assessment of the cut in the right brow of Derek Perez.
Coach is done.
There's Dr. Don Muzi, Chief Medical Officer of BKFC. This fight will continue.
Hold the line.
The fighters up to scratch. Round number 4. Staying on the outside, trying to find the range. Perez looking for the entry. This is with the overhand right from the southpaw stance.
Perez is slowed down enough right there. He's kind of a target. That's what I was about to say. He's a target right now for Reber.
It was a big 1-2, especially on the 2 for Reber. Entry hook for Ryan Reber.
You talk about when Reber can stand at the end of his punches. That's when he's dangerous.
Reber on the left hook. Perez waves him forward.
Waving him forward. You cannot take too many more of those shots. He's a bloody mess right now, Sean.
Long jab from Ryan Reber.
Reber's really starting to find his range.
Reber step in right hand. Counter right hand from Perez. Reber coming forward from the center circle off the fast jab.
And this is where Reber's talking about. He really shows that he's faster than his opponent right now. Perez looks a little tired, so these punches are just coming easily for him.
See the fast 1-2s of Ryan Reber. Big right hand left hook from Reber. Left hand again. More big shot from Reber. Mike Beltran taking a really close look. There is the finish and the top from behind win for Ryan Reber.
Unbelievable job for Reber, Sean. That was his best performance, in my opinion. Really proved a lot to me and probably to himself right there. It's been easy so far. He walked through everybody at a tough time against Travis Townsel, but he's a tough guy to fight against any opponent right there. So that was just a great fight for Reber.
See the other guy.
Man. That last round, he really yelled at him. He really let it go. You have to let your hands go. He listened, and look what happened. Look at the results. Look at that beautiful 1-2. Every time he threw that 2 and it landed right at the end of his punch, it did damage. And once he smelled blood, once he knew that Perez was not going to throw back, he just unloaded on his opponent, Sean, and made the referee stop. If you're standing there, if it's one-sided, if you're not throwing back, they are going to stop it.
Ryan Reber talked to us in our fighter meeting about his hand speed, which he felt was vastly superior to Derek Perez. His hand speed shone through in round number 3, and especially Chris in round number 4 to the finish. Our final strike stats for this phenomenal bantamweight bout, presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And you can see so many more punches thrown and landed right there for Derek Perez. However, it was the power punches that did it. It was the punches from Ryan Reber, the power. And you can just see, look at that last round. Almost 4-to-1 punches thrown, a lot more even that land. Look at that percentage right there for Reber. He felt like once Perez slowed down, all he had to do was unload. His corner told him that. They were 100% correct.
This is just our second card of the year for BKFC, and that is an early fight of the year candidate. Well done from Ryan Reber and Derek Perez. And Ryan Reber now 5-0 in BKFC. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Mike Beltran, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute 14 seconds into round number 4. For your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Royal Ryan Reber.
And Sean, a lot of people did not know if he was ready to go to the next level. That fight right there proves that he is, in my opinion. He dealt with adversity and he passed with flying colors.
Ryan Reber knocked down in round number 1 off the canvas to record the finish in round number 4. Phenomenal fight from both men. The winner by way of 4th round TKO, Ryan Reber defeats Derek Perez.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Friday, February 16th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, presents the BKFC Prospect Series. In the main event, BKFC vet Stanislav Groshu knuckles up with a warrior fiending for his next knockout, Brandon the Shredder Shavers, plus many more explosive bare knuckle fights. Be a part of the excitement. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Already major fireworks here in South Florida. BKFC 57 brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink, OnlyFans, Grunt Style Apparel, and Forged Irish Stout. And now your Tell the Tape presented by Fubo TV.
In the bantamweight division, Chris Garcia versus Albert Inclan.
And you can see here, Sean, only a 1-inch height advantage. However, there is a 2-inch reach advantage for Garcia. Not that much, but that's really all we have to go on here.
Two fights in BKFC for Albert Inclan. His most recent occurred January of last year when he defeated Devin Gibson by unanimous decision.
And what an improvement from his first fight. Inclan really started working hard, going to a boxing gym, made this a sport he wanted to work on, and it paid dividends. You can see what he did against Gibson right here. Just beat him with the punch the entire time, landed good hard shots. Did a great job of beating a boxer. Did a great job out there of controlling the range. Was very impressed with that. I cannot wait to see what he does in his third fight, Sean.
This is bout number 3 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship for Albert Inclan. Inclan told us in our fighter meeting his main focus in training for this bout has been sitting down on his punches and generating more power. Inclan said, I want to land big shots early against my opponent, Chris Garcia. I want to make him feel my power, and then from there, establish my jab.
Like you said, Sean, he doesn't feel like his opponent has fought anybody tough. He wants to put it on him right away. Make him question himself. Make him question why he even wants to be out there with a fighter like him.
Of his opponent in his bantamweight bout, Chris Garcia, Inclan said, I think he's very physically strong for this weight class. I think he is going to throw in high volume. Inclan said, I cannot allow Garcia to settle into his rhythm. I think he's going to struggle with my power and my forward pressure.
He wants to establish with that jab right away at that distance, and then he wants to make his opponent lunge in. Once Garcia starts lunging in, then he can get inside and start doing his damage from there.
Chris Garcia is 2-0 in BKFC. His most recent victory occurred June of last year when he defeated Robert Madrid by third-round TKO.
And the thing I really like, watch how he just rocks out, just out of the way. Good job, and then fires back. That's a beautiful job. Good high ring IQ when you get out of the way and fire back immediately. A lot of guys just get away. He wanted to...
And folks, we are going to continue as Chris Garcia makes the walk. Very sorry for the technical difficulties here. We'll get Sean Wheelock back on the mic where he belongs very, very soon. And here comes Chris Garcia. What a matchup here. Garcia and Inclan here. Rounding out your preview this evening, our big-time preview. And folks, we knew it was going to be good. And when you got prelims like this, you know it's going to be special. We just saw an absolute classic. But now Garcia and Inclan, they could replicate that. These are two very well-matched fighters, Chris. And when you think about what Inclan does, you think about what Garcia does, this has a recipe for another one of those instant classics. Looks like we might be waiting on Chris as well. We're still waiting on Chris Lytle as well, folks. We're going to keep things going. Special fight here, folks, as we are BKFC 57, and I can tell you, we can tell you that this place is packed out to the brim at this point. Now that we've reached the end of our prelims with this major fight, I can tell you right now, let's send it to Jeff Houston for ring introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Presented to you by Fubo TV. Watch live sports and TV without cable, including BKFC on Fubo TV. Start your 7-day free trial at FuboTV.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears orange and black. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 130.3 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, here is Albert Trill Fly Inclan. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears red, white, and blue. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. His official weight, 130.9 pounds. He is undefeated in the squared circle at 2-0. Fighting out of Clewiston, Florida, here is the undefeated Chris Dynamite Garcia. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Chris Garcia told us, I want to be smart, I want to be composed, and I cannot allow Albert Inclan to pull me into a brawl. First up the scratch, Chris Garcia now joined at the scratch line by Albert Inclan, round number 1. White trunks for Chris Garcia, orange and black trunks for Albert Inclan. Standing guard for Inclan coming forward. Southpaw stands for Inclan, orthodox stands for Garcia. Inclan staying elusive from the outside.
can already see, Sean, both these guys are really worried about that lead foot. Whoever can step outside has the straight punch.
Right hand just misses the mark from Garcia. 125 remaining, round number 1. We're in the bantamweight division. The fighters trying to time the other from opposite stances. Garcia ortho, Inclan southpaw. Double jab from southpaw for Albert Inclan. Right hook just misses from Garcia. Inclan continuing to extend his right hand. Missed with the 2 with the left hand. The idea was there. Flick jab again from Inclan. Garcia staying very slick and elusive on the outside, but a left to the body from Inclan. Right hook from Albert Inclan. Garcia talked about being smart, being composed. He's being very composed early stages of this fight.
Watch your feet, gentlemen.
35 seconds remaining, round number 1. Right hand just misses from Garcia. Left hook just misses from Inclan.
30 seconds.
Trying to find a range with a jab on the entry. Separation from Andrew Glenn, right back to it.
And what you can see, both guys are really just trying to set up that straight punch down the pipe. Setting up a lot of these jabs. It's all about stepping outside and throwing the straight punch.
Ducked under from Garcia. You just heard the 10-second clack. Final stages, round number 1. Inclan coming forward, misses with the left hand. In the step of Albert Inclan, there is the bell. We move to round 2.
Sean, both these guys are extremely fast. You can just tell by the way they're out there pawing at that jab, and then they explode in. There's a lot of fast punches all at once. As soon as somebody's able to land a big shot, I think it's going to change the complexion of this fight immediately.
Big Brent, we got time. We got time. Hey, stay composed. So listen in with his face. Okay? Feint him, coming with the 1-2. I'm telling you, feint him, and he's reaching. Hey, he's also walking in. Yeah. See it? All right, you see it. Breathe. Good. When you get him here, break his body.
First round, a lot of times, is a feeling out period. Both guys right there, you could tell they were trying to test and see what was going to work. Let's see if they open up a little bit more on round number 2.
Round number 2 underway. Inclan coming forward. Multiple jabs coming forward now from Garcia. Trying to catch and return. Fast jab from Albert Inclan. Fast left hook from Garcia. Both fighters, though, just slightly out of range. From Garcia, you see the head roll. Inclan coming forward, right hand just misses from Garcia. Inclan now lowering his stance. Inclan coming forward again.
Just a battle of the jabs right now, Sean. Let's see who can land that first big shot.
Inside, right back out. 110 remaining, round number 2. Inclan continuing to flick out that jab to try to turn over the left hand. Inclan switch to ortho, right back to southpaw. To the body. 2 just off the mark. Both fighters continuing to throw in volume, Chris. A lot of jabs from both fighters. Just not a lot of punches.
Yeah, they're both throwing a lot, not a lot landing, because both guys kind of afraid to step in and commit, because they know if they step in, the other punch is right there for the other opponent.
Set from Chris Garcia. Trying to square up, trying to find the entry angle into the mid-range. Inclan staying long. There's this step in from Garcia. To the clinch. Separation from Andrew Glenn on the inactive clinch.
Well, as soon as you get in that clinch, as soon as you start underhooking and not throwing, the referee is going to break it up.
Closing seconds, round number 2. Right hand just off the mark from Garcia. Back to the inside. Left to the body, to the ribs from Chris Garcia.
Sean, that punch by Garcia was off the mark, but you can tell it definitely gained the attention of Inclan. He knew how hard that punch was, and he knew that if that landed right on the button, he was going to be in trouble. So he changed the way he did things right away. He grabbed his opponent and was like, oh, I got to regroup. I got to rethink this. Didn't like that at all, you can tell.
Round number 3 headed your way. You see him to the corner of Chris Garcia.
I'm telling you, he's scared of you, bro.
And I think the corner saw that too. They said, I think he's afraid of you right there. I think Inclan understands how hard Garcia can punch. He knows he doesn't want to get hit with that. That might make him back up a little bit more. It might make him less likely to get in there and mix it up.
If he reacts to the same shit, that's going to take advantage. My right hand, your left hand is going to be straight. You got it? Let's go.
Seconds out whistle has been blown. Both fighters coming up to scratch.
Round 3.
Standing 3 feet apart. Call of knuckle up from referee Andrew Glenn, and round number 3 underway. Jabbed in the hook from Inclan. See the multiple jabs for Garcia. Garcia pulling back out of range. Coming forward again. Garcia circling out. This is with the left hand. 1-2 from Albert Inclan. Garcia now coming into the pocket.
I would be surprised if we don't see Garcia coming in a little bit more, starting to open up. I think he understands right now his opponent doesn't like it when he throws hard shots. He needs to get in there and do a little bit more of that.
55 seconds remaining, round number 3. Good right hand from Garcia. He turned that over, and Inclan walked through it. Now into the clinch. Garcia to the body on the double underhook. So Inclan gets the separation from Andrew Glenn. Inclan forward from the center circle. Right hand just misses. Inclan forward again. Good duck under for Albert Inclan. On the underhook, separation from Andrew Glenn. Getting late in round number 3. 15 seconds remaining in the 3rd round of this bantamweight bout. Very even thus far. Undefeated Chris Garcia versus Albert Inclan. Inclan to the body, to the head. Right back to the body with the right hand goes Chris Garcia. The bell. Next stop, round 4.
Same thing, we got to come in stay waiting on him, okay? And then go on the right hand, step in, he's waiting for you. Step in. Use the face before you get up, get in. Okay? Let's go. Big break. Big break. Let's throw around, man. We're doing good.
Confirmation that round number 4 is upon us.
Hey, all right, Jim, it's still alive.
Knuckle up!
Bounce of both men. Round number 4 underway. Inclan trying to come forward off the jab. Slight slip by Garcia. Resets his feet. Left hand just off the mark from Inclan. Good overhand right, left hand from Albert Inclan. Inclan to the body. Garcia on his back foot. Clever duck under from Chris Garcia.
Knuckle up!
Garcia jab to the body. Inclan trying to turn up the pressure here in round number 4. On the underhook. There's the separation again from Andrew Glenn, keeping this fight moving. 1:20 remaining in the 4th round. Inclan definitely trying to turn up the volume here in the 4th round. Garcia check left hook, not there from his back foot. Step in, 1-2 from Inclan. On the underhook, right hand to the body from Garcia. Inclan now cut outside of his right brow. 15 55 seconds remaining, round 4. Jab from Garcia. Garcia trying to show the head movement. He's been very elusive. So too is Inclan. Blood flowing freely from the cut outside of Inclan's right brow. Puts back in his mouthpiece as he takes the mandatory 8 count from Andrew Glenn. Right back to it. Clean right hand from Chris Garcia, dropping Albert Inclan here in round 4. And in a very close fight, that potentially could be massive. On the underhook.
Step back. Let's go, Jim. Let's
Separation
go.
again from Andrew Glenn. The jab, the bell. We move to the 5th final round. Garcia timing the step-in right hook that was gorgeous and drops Albert Inclan. And coming forward, beautifully timed by Chris Garcia.
Get that dog out. Come on. There you go. What I tell you? What I tell you? Hey, what I tell you? What I tell you? Hey, that's over with. Get him out. All power, get him out. Smart, let's go. Smart. Hey, focus. Go time. Can't wait with that. Hey, hands up. Fight to knock down that.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship match. Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
Chris Garcia playing to his home state crowd here in Florida.
Come alive. Come alive.
The Arizonan Albert Inclan now up to scratch. 5th and final round underway. Immediately into the clinch. Underhook, Inclan sliding his head under Chris Garcia's armpit into guillotine position, draws the separation. Not wise in pro MMA, smart there in bare knuckle as Inclan got the immediate separation. Inclan coming forward off the right hand.
Stop.
Again into the clinch.
Watch your fingers, guys. Knuckle up.
90 seconds remaining in this fight. Good left to the body. Shovel left uppercut from Inclan. Garcia took that exceedingly well, but Garcia now on his back foot.
Last round.
Inclan on his front foot with the left hand.
Stop. Step back.
Inclan again pushing his head down, trying to get the separation. He does so from Andrew Glenn. Inclan on the feint. Good left hand from Inclan.
Break. Let him go. Step back.
Working from the underhook. Again, finding the range. See, Inclan wants to start long and then close distance. Garcia on his back foot, trying to time the entries as he did beautifully in round number 4 to land the right hand, which dropped Albert Inclan. That right now stands as the lone knockdown in this very competitive fight.
Here we go, gentlemen. Here we go. Last round. Knuckle up.
Both fighters in the center circle. Now through the center circle comes Albert Inclan. 25 seconds remaining in this fight.
Let him go.
Heavy in the clinch.
Last round, gentlemen.
Getting the separation from Andrew Glenn. Exhale from Garcia as he comes forward.
Work.
Inclan on the 1-2. Duck under left hook. Counter left hand. Straight punches now from Garcia. Inclan on the left hand. Right hand, left hand. Big right hand again from Albert Inclan. Garcia with his back against the ropes. The bell and the end of the fight. Chris Garcia, Albert Inclan going the distance. Rounds 1, 2, 3, and 5, very competitive. A clear-cut 10-8 round number 4 for Chris Garcia as he dropped Albert Inclan.
Thank you, God.
3 judges have been assigned by the outstanding Florida Commission. Scorecards have been turned in. They are being tallied now at the commission table. Chris Garcia looks to be feeling very good about his performance. We shall see the decision of the 3 Florida judges.
We gotta go.
Much more muted in the corner of Albert Inclan. That knockdown around number 4 ultimately might have meant everything, or it might have meant nothing. Our main card still to come. 9 bouts on our main card headed your way. We're sold out tonight in Hollywood, Florida at Hard Rock Live, BKFC 57. We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Eliseo Rodriguez sees this fight 47-47, scoring the fight even. And judges Marquez and Streisand score the fight 48-46 to the winner by majority decision. Chris Dynamite Garcia!
Indeed, the knockdown meant everything. Without that, this bout is a draw. With that knockdown, a majority decision win for Chris Garcia. Now 3-0 in BKFC. Well fought, hard fought from Albert Inclan. Garcia in our fighter meeting said, I want to be smart and composed. Smart and composed on that step-in right hand in the 4th round. The lone knockdown of the fight. Victorious by way of majority decision. Chris Garcia defeats Albert Inclan.
We the people are desperate for common ground. On this, we agree. Those who protect our freedom and families deserve our unwavering support. We give it through folds of honor. We the people have found what unites us. We will meet sacrifice with hope. Join us.
A month for cable when it's half the cost for Fubo TV.
steps up. Once again, you take out another challenger.
Looking at Luis Polomino, they say he's like the best boxer. Hey, find nobody like me.
Lever, there's a big left hand and that rocks Isaac Valley flag.
Nice, crisp, clean box, and we haven't seen a guy at his level still.
And I see my man Luis over here ready to say so. Come on, Luis. I'm the champion. I want you to come and challenge me. And you already know me. I fight everybody. I don't care who it is. I want the smoke. You already know how I get down there.
For the second time in a week, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is live. This time from the Diamond of the Gulf Coast, Hollywood, Florida, inside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casinos, Hollywood Live. This is BKFC 57, Palomino versus Trout for the world title. And it starts right now.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Hollywood, Florida, with Miami just minutes away. The entertainment is non-stop in South Florida. Tonight at the Big Guitar, it's the biggest show in town. It's Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and we are rolling here at the Hard Rock. BKFC 57 main card begins now, and it is stacked. All these fights deserve a shout-out, but Doolittle and Escoboza, Duran and Lopez, those are guaranteed bangers. With Luis Palamino vacating his lightweight title, you have to believe either Baba Yaga, Bryce Henry, or Robbie Peralta will punch their ticket to a title fight with a win tonight. Both undefeated, both ready for gold. And there he is, the aforementioned Luis Palomino. They say Hard Rock Live is the house that Palomino built. He is undefeated in 4 years here at the BKFC, but he's never been across from a legit world championship boxer. And tonight he faces a dangerous, motivated Austin No Doubt Trout. And it is a sold-out crowd here at the Hard Rock Live at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Hollywood, Florida. And folks, the prelims were money, and there is so much more where that came from. Welcome to BKFC 57, where it's good from top to bottom. This is one of those fight cards where you get a little bit of everything. You got a women's fight? Check. You got the heavyweights? Check. Contender fight? Check. And the main event for a world championship? Check. And if you want to put money on tonight, it's very, very simple. Scan the QR code right there with your phone, choose your sports book, and get your bet in tonight. Run a parlay, put big money on the main event. There's a lot to bet on, and you know the show's going to be that much sweeter. You can take home a little bit of cash at the end of it. There it is. Pick your sports book. Have a little bit of fun tonight, guys. It is going hot in here. There's already superstars in the house. Big names, big celebrities in entertainment. Of course, a lot of our champions. This is the biggest and the best. Let's send it down to our commentary team, Sean Wheelock and Chris Lytle.
Thank you very much, Cyrus. Chris, a really intriguing main event for the BKFC 165-pound championship. Austin Trout versus Luis Palomino. These two great fighters have combined for 3 world titles in 2 different pro combat sports.
Absolutely. You know, Palomino, 2-weight division champion, BKFC. Trout, 154-pound champion in boxing. He's been in 10 world title fights right there, even against Canelo. This is going to be Palomino's toughest test. Why? Because it's all about range. That's where Trout has been so good. He's been controlling the distance, controlling the range. That's how he's won all his boxing fights. If he controls the distance and the range, it's going to make it very tough for Palomino. But Palomino, he is a fighter. He can get in there, rough his opponent up. He has more ways to win than does Trout.
Chris, your keys to victory for both fighters in our main event are presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Okay, what Trout has to do there, he has to control the range with that jab. He's got the best jab that Palomino's face. He's got to keep it the entire time, and he's got to avoid that clinch. If he gets in there, gets in Palomino's world, it's going to be difficult for him. Doesn't want to get there. and he has to keep his back in the center of the ring. If his back's in the center, that means Palamino is not where he wants to be. Keep his back in the middle, he wins the fight. Palamino, what he has to do, he's got to stop that jab, and he's got to do that. He got to control the distance by stopping that jab. So he got to get into the pocket or in the clinch. That is where Trout does not want to be. He has the advantage in there. He's got to be the bully, Sean. He wants to get in there, push his opponent around. Trout is not used to being able to be in this kind of a physical fight. He wants to do that immediately, let him know that he's the boss the entire time. So Palamino gets in there, pushes around, controls the distance, wins the fight, retains that title, Sean.
We'll open tonight's main card with a bout in the featherweight division. Forged Irish Stout presents our tale of the tape for Edgar Plazaola versus Derek Gates.
You can see here, Gates has a 3-inch reach advantage. He's going to want to use that. He's going to want to keep Plazaola at bay, because if not, Plazaola gets in here with those hard shots, and he's hard to stop when he starts landing those power punches, Sean.
6 fights in BKFC for Derek Gates, including June of last year when he defeated Coda Greenwood by first-round KO.
And you can just see right now, Gates, he's been in there a lot because he's always competitive. He comes forward, he throws punches. The more relaxed he gets, the better he gets. You can see right here, just putting his hands down, waiting for his time, waiting for his opportunity, feeling confident and feeling in control. And when he does that, he's able to land his hard shots. It's all about comfort, it's all about range, it's all about control. When Gates gets in those positions, he's hard to beat, Sean.
This is bout number 7 promotionally in BKFC for Derek Gates, his 9th bout overall in the sport of bare knuckle. Gates has also had 30 AMI MMA bouts. Derek Gates told us in our fighter meeting that he is fully focused and not rushing in. He said, I'm going to patiently stay long. With that, Gates said, I believe that my opponent in this featherweight bout, Edgar Plazaola, will be incredibly disrupted. Gates said, I think Plazaola thinks I'm going to rush forward, and when I don't, Plazaola will be absolutely lost.
Not only that, when he's lost, he will eventually want to come forward, and that's when Gates has to make it pay. Each time Plazaola steps forward, pop him with that 1, pop him with the 2, make him pay, and then use lateral movement. Make sure you're going side to side and not backing straight up.
Gates said, this is all about being smart and patient for me. I'm going to slow down the pace, where in every other fight in BKFC before I have sped up the pace, but I'm going to quickly seize opportunities.
Feels like he needs to wait for the right time, make his opponent come forward, and then start pushing Plazaola back. If he can do that, that will be a position that his opponent is not used to being in.
Edgar Plazaola made his BKFC debut February of 2022. He defeated Chevy Bridges by 3rd round TKO.
And Chevy Bridges is a tough competitor, so Plazaola did a good job of weathering the storm the first few rounds, waited for the right time, decided to land those hard shots, and when he starts landing, he's difficult to deal with. That's a lot of power for that weight class. Chevy Bridges is very tough. Once he landed 1 hard shot, he targeted that shot, kept going the exact same punch in the exact same place until he got that knockout. Great recognition in your first BKFC fight.
A big ovation for the Nicaraguan, now based in Miami, Florida, Edgar Plazaola. Plazaola, this is his 2nd bout in BKFC. Undefeated in bare knuckle, he's undefeated in pro MMA at 4-0. Plazaola told us that in his BKFC debut, when he defeated Chevy Bridges by way of 3rd round technical knockout February 2 years ago, he said that I cannot be reckless. I wasn't really reckless then, but Plazaola said, I understand I have to be extremely calculated now.
What he said, he has to put pressure, but he's got to be smart with applying that pressure. He knows he can throw for power, he knows he's strong, but he wants to be outside, he wants to be a sniper from there, and then work his way in and throw hard shots.
Plazaola told us, I expect Derek Gates to be very aggressive. I expect him to rush forward off of scratch with his head down and keep doing so until I finish this fight.
Feels like all he has to do is find that opening. Once he finds that opening, lands that first power shot, he's just going to keep doing that until he puts his opponent down. throwing power, throwing fast, throwing first. These are the things that Plazaola feels like he has to do to get the victory.
To get our main card started, we send it to the always outstanding Jeff Houston.
Hello, 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 Hollywood! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hard Rock Live here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Welcome to the most exciting combat sport on planet Earth today, and welcome to BKFC 57! We are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Presented to you by Forged Irish Stout. Not here to take part, here to take over. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, an even 143 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle ready for bare knuckle fight number 9. Fighting out of Idaho Falls, Idaho, there is Derek the Buck Gates. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears maroon and gold. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 144.9 pounds. He is undefeated in the squared circle at 1-0. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Chinandega, Nicaragua. Here is Edgar, the Dream Killer, Plazaola. And our referee in charge of the action, Mike Beltran.
Edgar Plazaola told us, I'm going to use excellent movement, keep landing my right hand as Derek Gates continually rushes forward. But again, Chris Gates told us, I will not be rushing forward in this fight. Round number 1, rushing forward off of scratches the Nicaraguan Edgar Plazaola. And that's ruled a knockdown by referee Mike Beltran.
Kind of surprised that was ruled a knockdown. Looked like he just kind of bull rushed him and pushed him down.
Gates in the black trunks taking the mandatory 8 count. Right back to it. To the inside in the gray trunks comes Plazaola looking for the rapid fire finish. And knockdown number 2. That is ruled a slip by Beltran. Fast start from Edgar Plazaola. Big shots to the body. There's the knee down to the canvas, and that is knockdown number 2.
And Gates has got to start throwing punches right now. He's got to earn the respect of his opponent. He's got to throw power shots.
Plazaola looking hard for the finish. More big shots, the knee to the canvas. That's knockdown number 3. But here come the shots from Plazaola. And Gates is incensed at Mike Beltran, saying that the punches were when he was grounded.
And he's right there. They were when he was on the ground.
That was not ruled a knockdown by Beltran. That was ruled a slip.
Well, Gates has got, like I said, he's got to start throwing some punches. He's got to start trying to earn some respect from his opponent. Otherwise, he's just going to keep coming forward. It's Plazaola.
Officially, 2 knockdowns, 2 slips, ruled by referee Mike Beltran. Big shots to the inside, to the body goes Edgar Plazaola. Gates trying to fire back, and that's a clean knockdown, and knockdown number 3.
And Gates just looks frustrated right now. Very dejected right now. He's been on the canvas 5 times this round.
Big exhale from Gates. He tells Beltran he wants to continue. Closing stages of this featherweight fight. Plazaola can see the finish line. He just might have reached it there. Knockdown number 4.
Gates is not getting up.
This fight is over. Game, set, match. Edgar Plazaola. BKFC 57 is presented to you this evening, commercial free on the BKFC app by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And you could just see right there that Gates is furious right now. It feels like he got hit several times when he was on the ground. Some of those weren't knockdowns. He was just pushed to the ground, forced, and then hit while he was on the ground. I mean, you have to understand that, but you got to keep fighting through that. He was unable to do so. These last couple were actual knockdowns. You can just see hard shots being thrown and landed, and Gates going down. That one missed right there. Just a powerful, I mean, that's just powerful shots right there. Not even landing in the right place. Not about place, but about power. Power landed right there. Plazaola definitely has it. He's proven that in his first few fights right there. Gates just couldn't get started, Sean.
The irony of this fight, Chris, is that Derek Gates, one of the most high-octane fighters in the entire BKFC roster, said that he wanted to completely change strategy, be patient, sit back, feel his way into this fight, and it was Edgar Plazaola with furious forward pressure, 4 knockdowns to the finish. Nicaraguan, now based in Miami, Florida, Edgar Plazaola, 2-0 with emphasis in BKFC. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Mike Beltran, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute 59 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Edgar, the Dream Killer Plazaola.
And Sean, sometimes your first fight goes 1-0, the second you change. Plazaola really changed in that second fight. He came forward with emphasis right there, threw nothing but hard shots, feeling like he cannot be stopped in this sport. Man, if he comes like that, he's going to be tough to deal with.
Derek Gates is always game, but that was one-way traffic for Edgar Plazaola. Officially, 4 knockdowns and 2 slips. Edgar Plazaola off the scratch line, 159 to the finish. Victorious by way of first round TKO, Edgar Plazaola defeats Derek Gates. Luis Palamino has been dominant in BKFC, amassing an undefeated record and titles in 2 weight classes. Tonight he faces former boxing world champion Austin Trout.
I'm standing now at 9-0, the only fighter in BKFC history to reach 9-0, and the only champion to have 6 successful title defenses. When I hear of Austin Trout, I hear of another head to the collection, a worthy head at that. Does Trout intimidate me? No, not at all. I don't see him as the aggressor in his fights. He looks more of a counter fighter. I know that I will beat this man, and I will do it in a devastating fashion, and that's because I'm just a better fighter, period. He may be a great boxer, he may have a great history in boxing. I think that he's hungry for this fight, he wants that title, so no doubt he will show up, but I think there's a lot of doubt behind the set when it comes to reality.
Sold out tonight here at Hard Rock Live. We're in South Florida, in Hollywood, Florida. BKFC 57. We send it back of the house to Cyrus Fees.
And I'm standing by with the former double champion, pound for pound best, arguably this man, Luis Baboon Palamino. You know, I call this place the house that Palamino built, man. You are very successful in this venue. You got a lot of support around here. How's it feel to be fighting here at the Hard Rock once again?
Feels great, man. You know, I owe my fans a real good show, and I'm here to put it on tonight, so don't blink. It's going to be a quick one.
You know, for the last year, man, you've been calling for that big money fight. Well, now you have a former WBA boxing champion in Austin Trout. How are you feeling coming into this? I know we had a few surgeries here since the last time we saw you fight. So how are you feeling coming into this one?
I feel great. Dr. Badia, Dr. Gaban did a great job on my knuckle, my shoulder, and my toe. Got it all fixed up. I healed very well, like Wolverine, man. And we've been ready. We've been training hard. We were ready to fight in December. We got a call for this date, and we're ready tonight, man. We're ready. We're like really ready for this fight.
Now, Luis, here's the thing. We've seen a lot of boxers come in here. We've seen a lot of boxers fail inside of the squared circle. He took out Diego Sanchez, but obviously you are a different animal indeed. How do you expect to put him away tonight?
I'm gonna pressure him. I'm gonna show him what the difference is between glove boxing when you're fighting with pillows in your hands and bare knuckle boxing. Bare knuckle boxing was the birth of glove boxing. So we're gonna take him back to school.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see him in the main event, Luis Baboon Palamino.
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC20 at BKFC.com. There's a selection of sizes and styles to choose from for everyone. And again, a reminder, you can use the promo code BKFC20 at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase. So knuckle up and save at BKFC.com.
To the featherweight division we go. The numbers presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink for Justin Ibarola versus Landon Williams.
And you can see here, Sean, 5'7", 5'8", very similar. They're only 1 inch height difference, identical reach. Neither one of these guys really has the advantage on paper.
Justin Ibarola, 2-0 in BKFC. His most recent victory occurred August of last year when he defeated Quentin Foy by unanimous decision.
And you can see right here, did a great job of avoiding shots and coming right back with his own punches. Was very impressed with his in and out movement. He really epitomized the art of hit and not getting hit. Understands what bare knuckles about. Feels like he's one of the best guys at this weight class to do it. Wants to get in there, do damage, and don't take damage coming out.
Justin Ibarola, bout number 3 in BKFC. That is an emphatic entrance. He's also undefeated in pro boxing where he is 1-0. Ibarola told us in our fighter meeting, I want to throw constant combinations. I'm not going to try to force the knockout. I want to be loose.
Definitely understands range. He wants to get into his range, which is close. Feels like when he's in there, he can throw hard shots, power hooks, uppercuts, all the devastating punches he wants to throw, but he has to get inside to do it.
Ibarola said, I believe my opponent in this featherweight bout, Landon Williams, will struggle with my power and he'll become frustrated with my movement. Ibarola said, I want to make him miss and then I'm going to start to land.
When he's to land, he wants to land to the body. Feels like his opponent's weak there, but one of the main things he focuses on, which is rare for us to hear, he wants to entertain the crowd. He wants to go out there and be a fan favorite. Knows the only way to get the fans on your side is to mix it up and knock people out.
Ibarola said, I'm going to work off the jab. I'm going to be smart with feint.
Fight fans of Hollywood, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the featherweight division, presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get bucked up. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and green. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 140.7 pounds. Tonight, he steps into the squared circle ready for bare knuckle fight number 2. Fighting out of Roanoke, Virginia, here is Landon, almost famous, Williams. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears red and white. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, an identical 140.7 pounds. His BKFC record stands undefeated at 2-0. Fighting out of Delray Beach, Florida. Here is the undefeated Justin Joy Boy Ibarola. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Landon Williams told us my main concern with Justin Ibarola are his high-volume body punches. Williams said when Ibarola comes in, changes levels for the body shots, I have to angle out and then throw hooks in return. Fast start up from scratch. Big shot, and down goes Landon Williams. He's in the black trunks, taking the count from Andrew Glenn. Justin Ibarola in the red trunks.
Shaking his head around. I don't think he's getting up,
He might be done quickly. The count of 10, and the win in lightning strike fashion for Justin Ibarola.
Just like that. That's all it took was one hard shot. That's impressive right there, because we've seen Landon Williams get hit and not go down like that, but just one little quick combination, one good hard shot. It was that big right hand right there, that second one. That was it. That's all she wrote. That shows the kind of power that Ibarola has. I mean, just hitting him twice with good right hands made Williams say no mas. Last time we saw him take a lot more shots in that show.
Chris, in our fighter meeting again, Justin Ibarola said, I'm not going to try to force the knockout. It's ironic that in professional combat sports, so often when fighters say that, the knockout somehow comes. It's like all of the pressure of performance has been relieved.
So when you don't load up, it's a lot easier to land that punch. If you're loaded up and you're trying to kill, it doesn't always work.
Happy birthday,
Justin Ibarola is most definitely a fighter to watch in BKFC's featherweight division. The 25-year-old now 3-0 in BKFC.
Has complete belief in his power, Sean. Knows all he has to do is go out there and land a hard shot. And like you said, that wasn't even the hardest shot he could land. He didn't wind up. He didn't pull back too hard. He just threw a couple shots. The ones that people don't see are the ones that do the most damage.
Landon Williams is a talented fighter. He wanted to feel his way into this fight and then start to land his power punches. He just simply never had the chance. That's an explosive start and a smart start off of scratch for Justin Ibarola in victory.
We talk about that, Sean. Sometimes people jump right off the line. Sometimes people stay back and wait. You never know what they're going to do. That's why it's good to change it up sometimes. In the first round, go one way. Second round, do it. Just change it all the time. You don't want to be predictable.
Again, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, reaches the count of 10 at 15 seconds into round number 1. For your winner by KO and still undefeated, Justin Joy Boy Ibarola.
And Sean, Ibarola just keeps on rolling on. Sometimes it looks like right here. He just keeps going. 3-0 now, undefeated.
Both fighters talked about measured starts, but perhaps plan B in the moment. Justin Ibarola off of scratch, seizing the moment. Big right hands and the knockout. Victorious in 15 seconds by way of first round KO. Justin Ibarola defeats Landon Williams.
Saturday night, March 2nd, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, finally makes its debut in Canada with the BKFC Prospect Series. In the main event, Tyler Randall walks into enemy territory as he knuckles up with Canada's own Devin Gibson. In the co-main event, female fighters collide as the undefeated Gabriella Roman fights the popular Jade Massam Wong. Plus many other electrifying bare knuckle fights. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC20 at BKFC.com. There's a selection of sizes and styles to choose from for everyone. And again, a reminder, you can use the promo code BKFC20 at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase. So knuckle up and save at BKFC.com.
And I'm back here with the president of BKFC, Mr. David Feldman. Man, we are back here in the Hard Rock, kicking off 2024 with our first numbered event. And what do you know? We sold the place out again.
It's unbelievable to be here. It's one of our favorite venues to be at. The crowd loves it. The fighters are just, they fight their asses off every time here. It's just a great place to be.
It's really, really solid because you got the Palamino, you got the Trout fight, but every other fight very, very well matched. If this is the first time you ever watched BKFC, this is a good one.
It absolutely is, and it's just going to get better and better. You just saw a devastating knockout with Perdomo, and the rest of the fights are just going to be unbelievable. The main event is going to be something special.
I heard we might break some news tonight. Can we break some news tonight?
I'll break a little bit of news.
No, so let's break a lot. Break something big for me right now.
Okay. So
tell me what we got.
We got a show coming up in April 27th. It's going to happen in California, our first show in California in Los Angeles. We're going to drop the main event, and we're going to drop the venue coming up this week, but we are going to Los Angeles, California on April 27th, and I am so excited about it because I didn't think that was going to happen for a long time. It's amazing. California, here comes BKFC.
And you said we're having a show, bro. We're having Knuckle Mania in California. Yes. Even bigger. I can't wait to see what's on the card. It's going to be really, really big. That being said, we got even more news because we like breaking news on these events. Back across the pond once again for another one, a couple of big title fights on that one. It is going to be April 6th, and we're going to be back in the UK, David.
Absolutely. April 6th, we got James Lilly headlining that show, taking on Franco Tenaglia. It's going to be another great fight. I mean, we love going over to England. The guys really come to fight, and the crowd loves it, and I can't wait to go back on April 6th.
There's a lot to be excited about. I mean, obviously going back to Bulgaria again as well, but how about these prospect series? Because I'll tell you, we were just in Albuquerque, and we found some potential stars in Albuquerque, now going to Manassas, Virginia, right outside of D.C., and then up north to Canada for the very first time.
Yeah, I mean, the prospect series are really a way we're going to develop BKFC now, and it's really been working out well, and we have one coming up on the 16th of February in Manassas, Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C., and then, as you said, we go above the border to Canada for the first time on March 2nd. It's going to be another great show, and we're going to really try to find some homegrown talent there, so when we do our bigger show in Canada in September.
A lot of people in the house tonight. I saw Mike Perry in the house, Ben Rothwell, NFL players here, Mark Ingram, Jason Pierre-Paul. We have so many stars in attendance. This is the show to be at here in South Florida.
Andre Agassi. I didn't expect to see Andre Agassi here, but Andre Agassi, so many stars are here. Tracy McGrady, so many really great basketball players, football players, and stars. It's amazing. It's an electric atmosphere. It's been great fights, and they're just going to get better.
Well, there's no show like the BKFC, and BKFC 57 is going to roll on. David, it has been a pleasure. Go get there in that seat, and we are going to get right back to the action here in Hollywood, Florida.
Friday, February 16th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, presents the BKFC Prospect Series. In the main event, BKFC vet Stanislav Groshu knuckles up with a warrior fiending for his next knockout, Brandon the Shredder Shavers, plus many more explosive bare knuckle fights. Be a part of the excitement. Don't miss history unfold. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Heavyweights for you now. Our tale of the tape is presented by Russia for Leonardo Perdomo versus Bobby Brents.
And Sean, there's only a 2-inch height difference between these gentlemen. The main thing here, I would say, is that weight difference. Brents is significantly bigger than his opponent right there in Perdomo, but it doesn't necessarily mean the weight. It's about the speed, the power, the accuracy.
Leonardo Perdomo, 2-0 in BKFC. His most recent victory occurred August of last year. He defeated Paul Shao by first-round technical knockout.
And Sean, this guy with a lot of amateur experience, probably 150 fights or more, and you can just see I compared him last time he fought to a heavyweight version of John Dodson. Just fast, explosive, accurate, unbelievable with that power shots, but just look at that, just a beautiful left hand right on the button. It was like this time he's not worried about hurting his hands, hurting his knuckles. He can throw with full power, and when he does so, when he lands, he's going to put you down.
The Cuban, now based here in Florida, Leonardo Perdomo. This is bout number 3 for Leonardo Perdomo in BKFC. Had 189 amateur boxing bouts. He was a member of Cuba's famed national boxing team. In our fighter meeting, Perdomo, who was extremely relaxed, jovial in fact, said, "I'm going to be incredibly explosive." As Bobby Brents professed huge power in both hands, Perdomo professed the same. Perdomo said, "I'm going to establish my jab and then throw hooks. I'm going to constantly go to the body and then to the head of Bobby Brents."
I really like one thing he said. He's really watching his opponent's feet. That's how he knows when his opponent's coming in. When he stands still, he can react off that footwork right there. But he wants to make sure whenever his opponent tries to grab that clinch, tries to tie him up, he creates space and throws bombs.
Perdomo said, "I did not study my opponent Bobby Brents for this heavyweight fight. There's no reason." Perdomo said, "His feet will tell me everything I need to know. I will make adjustments and then I will land my power shots."
Perdomo gained some weight for this fight. I said, "How'd you get this weight?" He said, "Well, it's the first time really ever he started lifting weights. He lifts a couple times a week, but man, over there in Cuba, not so much with the weightlifting, his push-ups. He's lifting weights, he's getting stronger. He's going to be a scary individual, Sean."
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by Russia. Upgrade to champion mindset with Russia. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears pink and black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, an even 263 pounds. He is an MMA veteran of 26 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Springfield, Illinois, here is Bobby the Zombie Brents. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black and red. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 248.6 pounds. He is undefeated in the squared circle at 2-0. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Cienfuegos, Cuba. Here is the undefeated Leonardo El Zombo Perdomo. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Bobby Brents told us Leonardo Perdomo has never fought anyone at my level, not in bare knuckle, not in amateur boxing. He will struggle with my movement and struggle even more with my knockout power. Sporting touch of hands. Dan Mergliata bringing both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. Touch of hands again. Black trunks for the Cuban based in Florida, Leonardo Perdomo. Black and pink trunks with blue trim for the fighter from Springfield, Illinois, Bobby Brents. Big shots to the inside, almost a guillotine position. Brents then tried to elevate Perdomo. Soft warning to Brents by referee Dan Mergliata.
Perdomo landed a good shot. And that's what made his opponent try and grab him like that.
Big hooks from both men. Perdomo coming forward. Right hand. Face first. Down goes Bobby Brents. Taking the count from Dan Mergliata.
The way Brents fell, I'm surprised if they let this fight go on.
Brents is up. This fight is over. He stumbles back. just keeps on rolling.
And that was crazy because Brents was accurate. accurate. He had a great MMA record. He's fought bare knuckle. He's knocked people out. He's known for a great chin. It didn't matter. As soon as Perdomo touches you, he hurts you. He's the future of the division, Sean. I think he's going to be a lot of problems for a lot of people, especially the stronger he gets, the harder he hits. Man, that guy's scary. I mean, I thought that the last time he fought, he weighed a lot less. And I talked to him, he's been lifting weights, he's getting stronger. What does that tell you? This guy is a beast, he's an animal. What do we got down here? We got...
Leonardo Perdomo is talking to BKFC's two-division champion, Lorenzo Hunt. He has the belts of 185 pounds and 205 pounds. That did not seem to be a pleasant conversation between Perdomo and Hunt. There is the double champion. Next to him, Mike Perry. Lorenzo Hunt talking to Leonardo Perdomo. Again, Perdomo, though, fighting at 248.6 pounds, but Lorenzo Hunt, the champion of BKFC at 185 and 205, is continually talked about moving up to heavyweight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to see Lorenzo Hunt ever fight again at 185. He looks pretty happy at that 205, and he wants to go up to heavyweight like you said, Sean. So I'm thinking 85 is a thing of the past.
Look of bemusement on the face of Bobby Brents in defeat. Massive power from the Cuban Leonardo Perdomo.
And you can just see, just looking to land that big punch is Perdomo. That was it. That overhand right landed right on the button, and you can just see, look at the look on the face. As soon as this right hand lands, oh, right on the jaw. And that's why they stopped it. The way Brents fell, Sean, he didn't put his hands down at all. If you trip and you fall, you put your hands down. When you land face first, that means you were not quite conscious as you were going down. Perdomo and people in the crowd going at it. I think it was still Hunt right there he's still going at it with.
I believe it was Person in the crowd, Chris. Lorenzo Hunt.
No real fighter.
Probably more accurate right there. I don't know.
Real.
Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Mergliata, reaches the count of 10 at 33 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by KO and still undefeated, Leonardo Ilzamba Perdomo.
And Sean, I think I said it a little bit ago, but I'll say it again right there. I feel like that's a future of the division right there. That is a heavyweight version of John Dodson, fast, accurate, and heavy-handed.
Bobby Brents is a very accomplished and powerful heavyweight. He's shown it in bare knuckle. He's shown it in pro MMA. But Leonardo Perdomo, the power, that is a massive right hand to the finish. Victorious by way of first-round knockout, Leonardo Perdomo defeats Bobby Brents.
Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC20 at BKFC.com. There's a selection of sizes and styles to choose from for everyone. And again, a reminder, you can use the promo code BKFC20 at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase. So knuckle up and save at BKFC.com.
And we are back here live here at Hard Rock Hollywood, where it has been an incredible night. And one of the men providing one of those highlights, Edgar Plazaola, congratulations, man. Round number 1, that is 2 in a row for you. That had to feel good tonight, brother.
It felt super fantastic, you know, being able to put a tremendous show, you know, for all my local fans. Thank you so much, Freestyle Fighting Academy, Women Only Fitness Bootcamp, El Toro Loco MMA, and all Miami for coming and support. I hope I deliver a really nice show.
I don't know if you noticed, man, but everybody is here. A who's who is in attendance, and they watched you with one of the best knockouts of the night. That has to feel real good. But what's next, man? When you take a look at the landscape here, 2 nice finishes, who's next for you?
Anyone. Like I said before, I'm here to take over the featherweight division. Whoever they put in front, I'm ready to start ranking on and getting a run for that belt. You better believe me. Remember the name, Edgar, the Dream Killer Plazaola.
Oh, he's a bad, bad man. Edgar Plazaola here at BKFC 57. Let's send it back to Sean and Chris ringside.
Thank you very much, Cyrus. Outstanding here, Chris. Not just sold out, we've been informed this is the biggest gate, the biggest attendance for professional combat sports in the history of this great venue here in Hollywood, Florida. Hard Rock Live at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Standing room only, in fact.
Unbelievable, Sean. When you look around here, I mean, they opened up the tip top. I didn't even know they had an upper level like this. They opened it up because we had to. I knew a few days ago when this place was sold out, I was like, I've never seen it like this. We always have a few tickets. People were getting a hold of me. I said, I can't help it. There's nothing I can do. Next time we come, you better get them early.
Up next, we had scheduled a really intriguing women's fight in the 125-pound division. Unfortunately, that fight now off. Moments ago, Sydney Smith, in her pre-fight medical, she was pulled from this fight, deemed not able to compete by the chief medical officer of BKFC, Dr. Don Muzi. Christine Vicens, obviously very disappointed, comes in at 2-0. Smith, obviously very disappointed to be removed from this fight. But as always in BKFC, in the world of professional combat sports, safety first. That's why we have a chief medical officer and a great one in Dr. Don Muzi.
You never question what Muzi says. I mean, when he says something, you know it's true. He's here about the safety of the fighters. That's what you have to worry about. So, you know, I mean, Vincenzi's got to be upset because she's been doing so well. She's trying to get a fight. She's trained hard. She wants to be in there, showcasing her skills. Didn't happen tonight. We're going to get her on real soon, though.
The knockouts continue to come, to the surprise of absolutely no one. This is Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. After all, it's BKFC 57. We are live tonight from the sold-out Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hard Rock Live.
Saturday night, March 2nd, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, finally makes its debut in Canada with the BKFC Prospect Series. In the main event, Tyler Randall walks into enemy territory as he knuckles up with Canada's own Devin Gibson. In the co-main event, female fighters collide as the undefeated Gabriella Roman fights the popular Jade Massam Wong, plus many other electrifying bare knuckle fights. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Bantamweights for you now. The numbers presented by Inkaholic Tattoos. Alberto Blas versus Daniel Alvarez.
And although these guys are both the same height right there, Sean, there is a 2.5-inch reach advantage for Blas, which he might not use. He likes to get inside. He likes to throw punches from in there. Use that wrestling. Use that strength. Let's see if Alvarez can get in there and be the stronger fighter tonight.
2 fights in BKFC for Daniel Alvarez. His debut came in May 2022 when he defeated J.R. Ridge by 4th-round TKO.
J.R. Ridge fought for a title. Very tough individual right here, but you can just see the strength, the power right now of Alvarez. Just bullies his way in, pushes his opponent around, lands hard shots. It's what he does best. Gets in and pushes people around. He feels like he's physically dominant and stronger than anybody else he's going to fight. He's going to have to prove that tonight against a very strong and durable and tough opponent.
Daniel Alvarez now set to walk to the ring for his 3rd bout in BKFC. He's 4-0 in pro MMA, 8-0 in pro boxing. Alvarez told us in our fighter meeting he wants to utilize excellent footwork, great feints, and he said, I want to continually be first.
It feels like he has cardio for days here. Really understands and studying his opponent. It's all about beating that outside foot. Whoever can get the advantage right there is going to have that straight punch down the pipe. He feels like that's one of his keys.
Alvarez said, I'm going to use smart lateral movement, precise punches of his opponent, Alberto Blas. Alvarez said he's very explosive, but I think that explosiveness will fade if this fight goes beyond the 1st round.
And he wants to make sure he doesn't let his opponent breathe the whole time, Sean. Stay on him. That will wear him down. If he can continue to push the pace, it's going to be tough for round, maybe 2, but then the fight's going to be his and he's going to take over.
Alberto Blas, 3-0 in BKFC. His most recent victory, August of last year, when he defeated Joao Pedro Gueja by 1st-round TKO.
And this is what we talked about, Sean, him getting inside, getting in the pocket, getting in the clinch. But once he gets in the pocket here, he's very powerful. Look, getting in grabbing his opponent by the back of the head, using that wrestling base, using that strength, landing hard power shots. Feels like if he's inside, he's either throwing punches, pulling you down, wearing you out. He feels like he's good either way. All he has to do is get in that pocket, and he's going to win the fight.
Volume will take over. Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the bantamweight division, presented to you by Inkaholic Tattoos Miami. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears green and black. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 138.3 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Imperial Valley, California, here is Daniel Machete Alvarez. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears red and white. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 135.9 pounds. He is undefeated in the squared circle at 3-0. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Matanzas, Cuba. Here is the undefeated Alberto El Indio Blas. And our referee in charge of the action, Mike Beltran.
Daniel Alvarez told us, I know Alberto Blas has great wrestling. I'm not intimidated. I will use counter wrestling to stay out of the clinch and stay at my preferred long range. Round number 1. Red trunks for the Cuban Alberto Blas. Green trunks with black trim for the Californian Daniel Alvarez. Alvarez immediately to the outside, exactly where he wants to be. There's the patience that Blas told us about in our fighter meeting.
See Blas just measuring, waiting for his time to get inside. Feels like he can explode, push off that back foot and get right into the pocket where he wants to be.
The jab from the southpaw stance for Blas. Alvarez coming forward with the left hook. Fighters, as you see, bouncing on their stance. Big swing, counter right hand. Alvarez walked through that though. Blas didn't fully turn over that right hook. 15 remaining, round number 1. Down goes Daniel Alvarez, mouthpiece out.
Alvarez is hurt. He grabbed the leg right there. That shows me that he's still not quite with it. He's got to be careful right now. His legs aren't there. His legs are not there.
Mike Beltran stops this fight. Let the celebration begin for the victorious Cuban Alberto Blas. He's now 4-0 in BKFC. BKFC 57 is presented this evening, commercial free on the BKFC app by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And Sean, you can see right there, Alvarez is very upset, but That's where that experience comes into play, Sean. When you get knocked down, you have to wait. You want to jump up right away, but you have to say, I got to get my legs underneath me. That's why you stay on your knee for at least a 5 count. You wait till they say 5, and then you say, can I get up? Can I get up safely? Can I get up without wobbling? If you can do so, you do. And if not, you stay down till 8, and then you get up. You've got to get your legs underneath you, because if not, if you're wobbling, if you're falling around, they're going to stop it every time. That's what the judge, or that's what the referee has to do. That's his job, is to protect the fighter. And if you're on wobbly legs, you're not going to make it.
Daniel Alvarez is incensed. He felt that Mike Beltran should have let this fight continue. He's still arguing his case. Class from Alberto Blas in victory.
You can argue all you want, but when you're standing up and you keep falling, you keep being off balance, it's not going to work. Just a nice left hand. You can see, look, right there, grabbing that leg. That tells me you're not with it right there. Good block right there, but just a straight left that knocked the mouthpiece out. And watch this athleticism right here, just a nice wrestling move. He got thrown. Usually if I win, Sean, I'm throwing you. I'm not letting anybody throw me. What's going on there? Crazy celebration.
That is almost a counter celebration.
Yeah, I won so easily. I'm going to let you throw me.
Hey, mommy, I love
we
you,
go
mommy.
to Jeff
I
Houston.
love you, mommy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Mike Beltran, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute into round number 1. For your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Alberto El Indio.
And Sean, you can just see the evolution of Blas. He was an inside fighter, had to get inside, use that wrestling. Not there, he landed a straight punch right there. That did the damage. You can tell he's becoming a complete bare knuckle fighter now.
Disappointment in defeat for Daniel Alvarez, and elation and victory for Alberto Blas. The left hand, the mouthpiece out, and that is the fight. The winner, by way of first round technical knockout, Alberto Blas defeats Daniel Alvarez.
You don't know that. What? I didn't hear shit. I didn't hear shit.
John, the magician, Townsel. Dagoberto, King Dago Aguero.
Comes into the inside left hand.
Everybody knows that step to the game and try to take on. And I just admit that I am the flyweight champion of the world.
The right hand pass here, and down goes Chancey Wilson. Brents trying to circle out, trying to throw back, takes the left hand, right hand. Another big shot on the left hand, and that is a clean knockdown. Hey, all you flyweights, know who's a champion.
And welcome back to Hard Rock Live here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The stars are out tonight, and none other than Naismith, Hall of Famer himself, Tracy McGrady, is in the building. T-Mac, you know a little bit about one-on-one. You got the Ones Basketball League right now, one of the best one-on-one players ever in the game. What do you think about bare knuckle fighting?
I think I chose the right sport. I'm staying my ass away from this right here. I enjoy the competition, but man, I chose the right sport. Them guys are insane.
There's something special. Who do you think would have did real good from the NBA inside of this bare knuckle ring? Who would it have been?
I would have loved to see Ben Wallace and Ron Artest in the ring, right? I mean, that would have been a brawl.
Let's start a fight. Who you think would have won?
Oh, you ain't going to get me to say who's going to be a winner. No. Both of them guys are tough. But I got my man JPP behind me. Yes. You know, he was one of them tough dudes as well. I would love to see the heavyweight go against my boy JPP. Let's put him on the spot.
Let's put him on the spot. Good segue, T-Mac. All right, back here, Jason Pierre-Paul, Super Bowl champion in the building tonight.
Two-time Super Bowl champion.
Two-time Super Bowl champion. JPP, what do you think, man? You are right here, just feet away from bare knuckle fighting. What do you think so far?
Man, I'm loving it. You know, just seeing the guys come out here and compete against each other, and I'm loving it. You know what I mean? Got me out here thinking I can bare knuckle.
Oh, now you throwing it out there? You giving us a hint? Hey, we can make that happen.
I don't know, man.
JPP, I'm going to ask you one question. Main event, we got Luis Palomino taking on former world boxing champion Austin Trout. Who you got?
I just want to see a good fight, man.
No, you won't make a call. He won't make a call.
I'm not going to make no call. But I already know who I'm going for. I'm not going to tell y'all though.
There it is, folks. JPP in the house. As we go to our next fight, let's go to the tail of the tape.
This is intriguing in the light heavyweight division. Jomi Escoboza versus Isaac Doolittle.
And Sean, we finally have a huge difference right here. You can see a significant height advantage, but more significant, the reach advantage, 75 inches to 67. Escoboza has a great advantage. He has to use it, though. Doolittle does a better job of anybody of getting inside and making it his fight. Let's see what happens here.
5 fights in BKFC for Isaac Doolittle, including April of 2022 when he defeated Jared Warren by majority decision.
Same thing here. Warren had a huge reach advantage. What did Doolittle do? He did what he does best. He gets inside, he takes away space, he makes this his fight and not your fight. He does a better job of making people fight his game plan. If he fights his game plan, he's always won the fight. He has to get you in there, take away that long range you have, make you fight his range. As those shorter arms, stronger, push you around, pull you, beat the bully in there. That's what he does well. To get to that clinch.
3 fights in BKFC for Jomi Escoboza. His most recent occurred August of last year when he defeated Esteban Rodriguez by majority decision.
And Sean, this was a huge fight right here for Escoboza because it taught him a couple things about going the distance, how to pace yourself, how to be tired and still continue to go through. We've known how tough this guy is, how he can control people with that jab. It's easy to control people with a jab when you have energy, but it's different when you don't. So he's shown us before he has the skill. I think this fight, he showed us he has the will to be a great fighter.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
This is fight number 4 in BKFC for Jomi Escoboza. Overall in the sport of bare knuckle, Escoboza is 8-1. He's also had 4 pro MMA bouts, 1 match in pro boxing. Escoboza told us in our fighter meeting, I want to throw a high volume of punches continually. I want to keep moving, keep throwing my jab from distance, and continually be first.
He wants to back his opponent up with that jab, and every time Doolittle comes in, he wants to throw that uppercut. It feels like he control the pace. If he can see that opponent rushing in, that uppercut's going to be there all night.
Of his opponent in this light heavyweight bout, Isaac Doolittle, Jomi Escoboza said, I really respect his aggression. I know he's going to keep coming forward. I absolutely cannot get stuck in his clinch.
He has to be first. If he lets his opponent throw the punch first, it's going to be backing him up. He can't let that happen. He's got to push forward, back his opponent up, and the only way to do that is by throwing first.
To get us started, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division, presented to you by Fubo TV. Watch live sports and TV without cable, including BKFC on Fubo TV. Start your 7-day free trial at FuboTV.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 184.8 pounds. His bare knuckle fighting record stands at 4 victories opposite a single defeat with 1 fight even. Fighting out of Hope, Kansas, here is Isaac the Honey Badger Doolittle. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears galaxy print. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 184.4 pounds. His bare knuckle fighting record stands at 8 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Sunrise, Florida, by way of the Dominican Republic, here is the BKFC Hitman, Joey, the Archangel Escoboza. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Isaac Doolittle told us, I really respect Joey Escoboza's jab. It's extremely fast. I have to slip that jab, negate it, and get to the inside. Round number 1. Multicolored trunks for the Floridian Joey Escoboza. Black trunks for Isaac Doolittle.
There was that head movement right there. Good job from Doolittle by using that head movement to get inside, but he's got to throw punches when he gets in there. He can't just get in and pull, rush his opponent to the ropes. That doesn't do any good.
Rushing to the inside comes Isaac Doolittle, to the surprise of no one, including Joey Escoboza.
Doolittle's doing a good job of getting inside, but he's not throwing punches. He's just hugging his opponent and pushing him around.
There's the head movement, the duck under. Doolittle back to the inside. Heavy on the underhook goes Joey Escoboza. He's 6'3" to Doolittle's 5'10". Coming forward again. Again, the duck under to the body goes Doolittle. Guillotine position, that draws the separation immediately from Dan Mergliata.
Doolittle's got to throw some punches as he's coming up, as he's avoiding that punch, as that jab. He's got to throw punches afterwards.
Active lead hand for Joey Escoboza.
I'd like to see Doolittle go for that underneath and then come back with that left hook right after he goes underneath that jab.
Separation again from Dan Mergliata. Doolittle with the head movement, long step-in jab from Escoboza. 40 seconds remaining, round number 1. We're at 185 pounds, and Escoboza landed flush with the right hand.
Good uppercut he threw, but it didn't land on the face. It landed on the chest of Doolittle.
Come on, strike.
Escoboza hard with the underhook to the inside.
Strike.
Escoboza thus far, Chris, exiting the clinch very smartly. 20 seconds remaining, round number 1. Doolittle with the head movement again. Duck under once more.
Doolittle doing a great job of doing head movement, but he's got to fire as he comes up underneath that jab. Follow with those hooks, those overhands. He's just doing the hard work, but he's not getting the payoff.
The bell, that ends round number 1. Still to come tonight, it is our co-main event at 155 pounds. OnlyFans gets you ready for our co-main with this exclusive look back of the house. There you see Bryce Henry. He's 6-0 in pro boxing and 3-0 in bare knuckle fighting championship. Robbie Peralta enters 2-0 in BKFC. He is a veteran of 29 pro MMA fights, including 8 in the UFC. It is a crossroads fight. It is a pivotal fight for both men. You'll see it in our co-main event in the lightweight division. Bryce Henry versus Robbie Peralta. Still to come here at the sold-out Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida. The seconds out whistle. Round number 2 coming up for this bout at 185 pounds.
And you can really see Doolittle has to do something different. He's got to figure out how to punch as he makes those avoiding movements, those head movements, those dodges. He's got to punch at the end of that.
Joey Escoboza versus Isaac Doolittle. Round number 2 underway. Doolittle again changing his level, dipping his head to get to the inside.
You see Escoboza really fighting one-handed. He's just trying to use that lead jab. There was that uppercut.
Shovel on the left uppercut from Escoboza.
See there a lot more being thrown. Escoboza, much better percentage for Doolittle.
Which actually initiated that time by Jomi Escoboza.
I'd like to see Doolittle landing some body shots. Too focused on that head as he's dodging and ducking. He can throw body shots. Hopefully do damage.
It's a big lead right hand off of the jab from the southpaw stance for Escoboza. Under his left eye. Undeterred, Doolittle coming forward into the pocket. Takes that right hand on the overhand from Escoboza. 5 remaining in round 2. Just off the mark of that right hand. Escoboza continuing to work his jab from the southpaw stance. Doolittle told us, Chris, in our fighter meeting, Escoboza has a great jab, but he said that's predominantly his only punch. If I can solve that jab, I can win this fight.
Hasn't really been able to solve it yet, but he's got to work on punching as he comes up. I really want to see some body shots here.
Can you see? Trying to find the angle, look for the entry. It's Escoboza coming forward. Driving Doolittle against the ring ropes. Separation again from Eola. So it's quiet now in this Hollywood, Florida crowd at Hard Rock Live. 20 seconds remaining in round 2.
Both guys right now, especially Doolittle, he's pitching, but he's not really throwing much in there. He's grabbing, he's to get inside and punch.
Doolittle trying to slip the right hand, driving forward. Doolittle trying to snatch the overhook. Looking to turn Escoboza, drive him against the ring ropes. He does so. Doesn't land the punch before the bell to end round 2.
Doolittle has not had any luck so far in getting inside and getting offensive. He's pushing his opponent around some, but that's not scoring points. He's got to land some shots, so he's got to let his hands go in his inside. Can't clinch. Got to land punches.
You don't have to land it. Just
Ryan
throw
Perez
it.
in the corner of Jomi Escoboza.
Bro, if you throw a jab and fall here, that's bad. Right here, being. And when he's there bullshitting, throw this, set it up. It doesn't have to land. And it's all over the two.
BKFC veteran Jessica Link in the corner of Isaac Doolittle.
Take up the pace. All right. Flip side to side, side to side. Got to do the roll back and forth, side to side. But fill it with punches. You got to get punches in there. All right, bud.
All right, corners out. I mean,
just roll with it.
They're telling Doolittle he's got to throw punches in there, but he has to throw the punches right off of that slip. As soon as you dodge that jab, you got to come with the punch. To the body would be beautiful right now because you're already down in that position.
Almost theatrically, Jomi Escoboza resets his hands as we start round number 3.
Doolittle did a great job of dodging. He's not punching, he's dodging.
See the head movement of Doolittle. To your point, Chris, even when Doolittle has been getting inside thus far in the fight, he has not been landing a lot of smart exits from Escoboza.
There was a little body punch right there by Doolittle, but he's got to throw hard shots in the body right now. That's going to be the difference in this fight. If he can land some hard body shots, he can win.
Well, hug him, hit him.
Isaac Doolittle might be the most self-aware fighter in all of BKFC. He has a clear understanding of his strengths and weaknesses as a fighter and as a professional athlete. On the knee, clearly a slip. The push down from Escoboza. Soft warning by Bercier and Escoboza. We fight on. No complaint from Doolittle. Doolittle continuing to move his head. Away the blood around his left eye, and he takes that lead right hand from Escoboza.
Good head movement, like I said, but he's not landing punches.
Missing with that right hand. Escoboza coming forward, snatches the underhook. Overhook now from Doolittle. There's the separation again from Bercier. Again, Chris. Doolittle on the inside, but not landing on the inside thus far. 45 seconds remaining, round 3. See the framing of Escoboza. Short right hands.
Escoboza fighting a smart fight right now, but
I'm booing you for a reason. Let's go fight.
he's not able to do much damage at this point with that hard head move. He needs to throw some more uppercuts in there.
Doolittle resetting, squaring his chest, coming forward off the heavy front shoulder from the orthodox stance. Now this is where Doolittle wants to be. And the overhook almost a whizzer on the turn, and that draws the separation from Dan Bercier.
He does want to be there, but he has to throw punches.
Big left hand from Jomi Escoboza. Escoboza on the right hand, they get it left hand, and down goes Isaac Doolittle.
Clean shots right there. That was the first time he's been able to let go with that punch and land it clean. Doolittle's hurt.
The count of 10 reached, and a huge victory for Jomi Escoboza.
And we have not seen much like that. Doolittle just seems to be out of it right now.
Give me that belt!
He was tired, he was gassed. Did a great job of using a lot of head movement to get inside, but man, Escoboza did a great job of tying him up each time, leaning on him, making him tired, making him carry his weight. Just wore him out, Sean.
Isaac Doolittle is a phenomenal fighter. He's one of the best 185ers in all of BKFC, and that was a masterclass performance by Jomi Escoboza in victory.
Just continued to control the range with the jab. Every time Doolittle did get inside, Escoboza controlled the tie, didn't let himself get beat on there with that. That's usually what Doolittle does. He gets into his position and he lands shots. He was not able to land any shots there, largely because of what Escoboza was doing.
Chris, that was really the key to this fight and this victory for Jomi Escoboza. Doolittle was getting in, but he was not landing on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, that's half the battle, getting in. The real thing is landing in there. It's great to get inside, but it's only going to be effective if you get inside and land shots. If you get inside and hold, not going to help you much.
Jomi Escoboza told us in our fighter meeting, I have to keep moving. I have to control distance with the jab, check and check. Our final strike stats for this light heavyweight bout presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
You can see just a lot more being thrown, a few more being landed by Escoboza, but it's really controlled the pace right there. You can just see here the accuracy, good for both fighters, but you can just see here right at the end, watch this, just feeling out process, and finally, that was it. It was that straight left. Almost lulled his opponent into sleep by not throwing it, waited for the right time, and then just hard shots in there. Beautiful right hand and just that straight left. That's all she wrote. Escoboza waited for the right time, and once he landed that left hand, that's it.
We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Mergliotta, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 58 seconds into round number 3. For your winner by KO, Jomi, the Archangel Escoboza.
And Escoboza just keeps rolling, keeps getting better. Lost his first fight. I know he wants to avenge that against Jared Warren.
Two of the best at 185 in BKFC. Jomi Escoboza was on point. He controlled the range. He landed long. He landed in the mid-range, and he negated the Doolittle clinch. Victorious by way of third round knockout, Jomi Escoboza defeats Isaac Doolittle.
John, the Magician Townsel. Dagoberto, King Dago Aguero.
Comes into the inside left hand. Everybody knows that he's up to the game to ride his Eola. And I just proven that I am the flyweight champion of the world.
The right hand pass. That was Chancey Wilson. Brents trying to circle out, trying to throw back, takes the left hand, right hand. Another big shot on the left hand, and that is a clean knockdown. Hey, all you flyweights, know who's the champion.
And take a look at that. It is the world famous guitar here, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Hollywood, Florida. We're in the Hard Rock Live as the fights roll on here at BKFC 57. And I'm standing by with the two-time champ, the champ, Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt. Now listen, I was just interviewing Jason Pierre-Paul, and you said the only champ around here is Lorenzo Hunt.
I told you, anytime double world champ is mentioned or brought up in this building, you tell them I am the only double world champ in the world. What's up, Miami? What's up, Miami?
Lorenzo, you got a lot of fans in the house, a lot of support behind us. And I know the world wants to know what's next for you. What's it going to be? Is it going to be the heavyweight championship fight? Do we got anything locked in yet? When are we going to see the Juggernaut back?
You can expect complete and total world domination. I am going to defend my belts while continuing to whoop ass in the heavyweight division. Anybody who want it can get it. Belt, no belt, name, no name, I'm coming for it all.
He is the man, the one and the only. He is the Juggernaut, Lorenzo Hunt. Let's get to our next bout, your Tale of the Tape, brought to you by Grunt Style Apparel.
Our feature fight of the evening in the featherweight division, Brian Duran versus Louis Lopez.
You see there's a significant 4-inch height advantage. However, the most important one, only the 1-inch reach advantage for Louis Lopez. One thing interesting right there, Brian Duran does have a significantly bigger fist, maybe more surface area to land those big power shots.
5 fights in BKFC for Louis Lopez, including December 2022, when he defeated Howard Davis by first-round technical knockouts.
The thing you gotta like here, everybody talks about Howard Davis being the next champ, but Louis Lopez, not intimidated at all, coming with hard punches the entire time, landed power shots, did a good job of landing hard right hands. That one right there, I remember I saw him warming up for this fight, throwing nothing but power shots, and got the victory because not afraid to throw hard shots the entire time, has complete belief in his power.
Louis Lopez, set for fight number 6 in BKFC, his 7th fight overall in the sport of bare knuckle. Lopez has also had 5 pro MMA bouts, 1 in pro boxing. Louis Lopez told us in our fighter meeting, I want to stay long, I want to jab to control distance and then land quick counters as my opponent, Brian Duran, comes forward.
He wants to utilize that jab and that movement, and the one thing showed his understanding of what's going on. He's watching his opponent's feet. When he comes in, that's when he backs away, that's when he pops that jab, that's when he throws those counters.
Of his opponent, Brian Duran, in this featherweight bout, Louis Lopez said he has excellent punching power, but I feel that sometimes Duran is overly reliant on that punching power. I cannot let him dictate the pace. I have to throw combos, and I have to make him fight moving backwards.
Has to be elusive out there. Can't sit there and trade punches with his opponent. Knows his opponent has power. Stay away, be elusive, counter, make your opponent pay.
Brian Duran is 5-0 in BKFC. His most recent victory occurred August of last year when he defeated Dakota Highpine by 3rd-round KO.
Complete belief in his power. Thinks as long as he lands a hard shot, he's winning the fight. All he's waiting for is that one shot. Does so against Highpine right here, just looking for the right time. Watch. There it was. All he had to do was wait for that perfect shot. Winging it right there. As long as he lands, he is going to hurt you. Free from a different angle. See how it knocked Dakota Highpine's head back. Feels like if he lands that overhand right or left hook, it's all she wrote for anybody in this weight class.
The Cuban, now based in Miami, Florida, Brian Duran, undefeated in BKFC as he enters his 6th bout. Duran told us, I want a measured start, I want to patiently find openings, and I want to be extremely accurate with my power punches.
He wants to control his emotions this time, and by that he wants to control the pace of the fight. He can't get emotional out there, just start trading punches with Lopez, feel like he's a stronger opponent, wants to go in there, set up his shots, and land the hard one.
As Louis Lopez professed respect for Brian Duran's power, Duran professed respect for Louis Lopez's fast hands. Duran said, though, despite the hand speed of Louis Lopez, he moves in straight lines. I'm going to punch his lead hand. I'm not going to waste punches. I'm going to find angles. I'm going to show I'm more explosive. I'm going to show I'm more physically dominant.
Find angles, but he also has to find those openings. Says they're going to be there. He's got to be patient and wait for them. What he's got to do is get into the pocket or that clinch, and when he does, he is going to kill the body against a taller opponent.
Brian Duran said, when my opponent Louis Lopez comes forward, I'm either going to angle out or explode in. I'm going to keep moving away from his power. I'm going to negate his straightforward movement by finding the angles, finding the creativity in the BKFC ring.
Just like always, though, all he has to do, land clean punches. If he does that, he wins the fight.
Once again, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for our feature fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Presented to you by Grunt Style Apparel, America's patriotic apparel leader. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears white and gold trimmed in the proud colors of Mexico. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 145 1/2 pounds. His bare knuckle fighting record stands at 4 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Great Falls, Montana, here is Louis Eola Lopez. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears silver and pink. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 145.2 pounds. His professional record inside the squared circle is perfect at 5-0. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Matanzas, Cuba. Here is the undefeated Brian El Gallo Duran. And our referee in charge of the action, Sam Burgos.
Numerous Cuban flags being waved here at Hard Rock Live in support of the Floridian by way of Cuba, Brian Duran. The Montanan Louis Lopez up to scratch. Round number 1. Pink and silver trunks for Brian Duran. White and gold trunks with the tricolor of Mexico for Louis Lopez. Right hand, and that drops Louis Lopez.
And these guys were talking even lap with the opening bell, Sean. Back and forth.
Mandatory 8 count being given to Lopez by referee Sam Burgos. Lopez resetting in the center circle. 135 remaining, round number 1. Jab to the body from Duran.
Duran did not believe his opponent had a good chance.
Left hand knockdown number 2. Ruled a slip by Sam Burgos. Burgos emphatic and immediate ruling that a slip. No complaint from Duran.
Lopez has got to get some offense going right now. He cannot let his opponent keep coming forward like this.
To the Gallo in support of Brian Duran. Right to the body. He threw it naked. That was clever. Overhand right. Just misses the mark.
Lopez needs to get off first. He can't let Duran keep pushing him back this way.
Lopez coming forward, eluding that left hand on the entry from Duran. 55 seconds remaining. Round number 1 of our feature fight. We're at 145 pounds.
Lopez does better when he comes forward.
Big swings from both men in the mid-range. Now the overhand right. Back against the ropes. Duran continuing to throw. The separation. Lopez cut on his left cheek. Left hook to the body from Duran. Burgos telling Lopez, bring your punches up. No complaint, though, from Lopez. Lopez now in a tall stance. Angling out. Coming forward. Hard off the jab from the orthodox stance. Jab again from Louis Lopez.
So he's got to be careful. He's dropping that right hand every time he throws that jab. He's got to be careful that Duran doesn't come with a left hook.
It's high and tight for Brian Duran. Big swings on the hook, well eluded by Lopez. Closing stages of the opening round. Overhand right from Lopez. Big overhand right, counter right hand from Duran. The bell, that ends a ferocious, fast-paced round number 1.
I really like the way they settled into that fight right there. Lopez got knocked down early, regained his composure right there.
Go right to his liver.
He's
putting his hands, he has like a high guard. You're making his hands come up. It's great, but don't keep doing the same combination. You're going 1 and 2. I need to go with double jab, then a 1 and 2. But go to that liver. I'm happy you took that walk. Yeah,
that is the excellent undefeated BKFC fighter, Tony Soto, in the corner of Louis Lopez.
Right from the beginning, you can see here just a couple of good shots. It was just a nice, clean, short little right hand. Didn't really do much damage, but just knocked him off balance. Good job landing that right hand there, but it was the second one. It was one that Lopez didn't really see. He was backing up with his head back. You can't do that. All it takes is a little shot like that, knocks you down.
Seconds out called.
Lopez is ready.
A multitude of Cuban flags here at Hard Rock Live, all in support of Brian Duran. Fighters back up to scratch.
liked what I hear from the corner, Lopez. It says, quit throwing the exact same combo. Quit throwing that overhand two all the time. Turn it over the body. Great advice.
Lopez looking for the entry. Goes for right hook. To the jab goes Louis Lopez. Lopez showing better head movement here to start round number 2. Big swings from Duran just off the mark.
Lopez has got me counter left hand, and that drops Brian Duran.
We're in one knockdown apiece.
First time he's tasted the canvas right there. Let's see how he reacts. Lopez has got to be careful. He's got that chin up a little bit too much for me.
80 seconds remaining, round number 2. Lopez down in round 1. Duran here in round number 2. Lopez takes that right hand. Duran exploding forward. Lopez circling out. Momentum shifting back and forth. Chris, big right hand from Brian Duran.
Really impressed with Lopez though, taking these tough shots.
Duran bleeding just under his left eye. Overhand right from Lopez, partially blocked by Duran.
Like Lopez, I keep saying, does better as he comes forward. He's got to do a better job of not letting his opponent dictate the pace. When he comes forward, he does well.
Lopez lost his mouthpiece. Good sportsmanship from Duran. Right back to it. No histrionics in BKFC when a mouthpiece is out. It goes right back in. Big shot down to the body from Duran. Lopez looking to turn and counter. This is an outstanding fight thus far. 25 seconds remaining, round number 2.
I like what the corner of Lopez was saying. Quit throwing that jab and then the straight overhand right. You got to throw the body sometimes, or uppercut. Something different because it's being blocked.
Lopez trying to come forward off the jab. See the tight striking guard of Duran, throwing the big right hand. Both fighters continue to throw big. Left hand getting through from Lopez. Overhand right counter right after Duran. To the bell. Stop round 3.
So we got us a fight right here. Both guys have tasted the canvas in this fight. Somebody's going to get up off the canvas to win. We absolutely love it when that happens. Shows grit, shows determination. And here's that counter punch right there. You're going to see, oop, just caught him right in the right spot. It's always the ones you don't see. Duran's so confident, so coming forward with that power. He left his chin open and got caught. Beautiful punch by Duran. Lopez just, like I said, he was cold at the beginning. He was cold in the first round, leaned back and got caught and dropped. He's taking some massive shots and walked through them, Sean. Let's see if Duran can deal with being knocked out. Look at Lopez. He's ready to go right now, Sean. There's still 10 seconds left. He's fired up and ready to go. He's on the line. He's towing the line immediately.
No real-time open scoring here in Florida, but with a high degree of certainty, I can tell you that all 3 Florida judges have an 18-18 as we start round number 3. 10-8 for Duran round 1 as he dropped Lopez. 10-8 for Lopez in round 2 as he dropped Duran. Big right hand, now the jab over and right, big swing and a miss. Clear slip by Duran, he resets right back to it.
And Lopez keeps throwing that overhand right here. He needs to start turning those underneath and land some uppercuts in there.
Second time that Lopez has lost his mouthpiece, neither time on a punch.
Got to keep that mouth closed, Sean. Doesn't want to get it open. He's going to break that jaw again. Had it happen in another fight.
Trickle of blood under Duran's left eye as he comes forward. Big swings from Duran to the body.
Like I said, I'd like to see Lopez throwing something to the body. He's headhunting right now, trying to throw the overhand right that's being blocked by Duran.
Overhand right to the body. Good idea from Duran, couldn't land. There's the overhand right to the head from Louis Lopez. 70 seconds remaining, round 3. Spin right hand, big swing on the overhand right. Short stubbing right hand from Duran lands. Lopez now resetting overhand right of his own. That was on the shoulder of Duran. 55 seconds remaining, round 3.
And Duran keeps throwing that to that shoulder right there. If he could throw it under to the body or even an uppercut, that would be a beautiful punch.
Good step in jab from Duran from the orthodox stance. Good pull from Lopez on the double jab. Lopez continues to show excellent head movement. Duran is throwing massive power punches. That time a smart stabbing right into the body from Duran. Flush.
Duran, I think that's the difference right now. Duran landing good to the body. Lopez isn't even trying to throw the body.
These are 2 of the best at 145 in BKFC.
It's that overhand right is the main punch for Lopez, and it's being telegraphed.
Gallo in support of Brian Duran. Big shots. Duran again on the entry. On the tie-up. It's Just a whizzer throw hit by Duran. A slip. Obviously such by referee Sam Burgos. Piece out for the third time for Louis Lopez. There is the bell. We move to round 4.
And the corner of Lopez has got to be emphatic about the fact you have to quit throwing that overhand so often. Throw the straight sometimes, throw the body sometimes. Your opponent knows it's coming and it's easy to block.
Súbeme a la izquierda, él está tirando, aquí tira, párate ahí, súbeme a la izquierda, súbeme a la izquierda, súbeme a la izquierda, okay? 3 times open, 3 times.
Duran's corner having a go, and referee Sam Burgos saying you have to warn Lopez, he's lost his mouthpiece 3 times.
I couldn't agree with them more. Lopez has got to keep that mouth shut. He's keeping it open right now, and every time he gets hit, the flies out, or just sometimes when he's not getting hit, it's just falling out on its own.
He's looking over here like he's got something. Let's go.
That was a great right hand. Said Lopez is showing toughness right there.
Credit to our BKFC matchmaker, Nate Shook, and our matchmaking team. This is A-side versus A-side on this card. Yeah, these are 2 of the best at 145. No one's getting protected in bare knuckle fighting championship. The fighters are stepping up. There's a big left hand. And awkwardly going between the ropes. Good sportsmanship from Lopez.
Right there, perfect time to hit to the body, not doing it. Hit the arm.
Big swings from Louis Lopez coming forward. Duran now resets. Jab to the body from Lopez. Hands high and tight for Duran. A right hand from Lopez. Showing his poise. Overhand. Big right hand! And he drops Louis Lopez for the 2nd time in this fight.
Lopez being smart right now, waiting for the right time, waiting for the 8 count now, saying, oh, didn't get it.
Count of 10 reached. Brian Duran now 6-0 in BKFC.
And he gets up off the canvas, something he's never had to do. Proving right there that he is a tough fighter. He can't deal with adversity. He hadn't had to do it yet. That came out of nowhere. I thought for sure Louis Lopez, he was waiting for the 8 count. He just waited for the 10 count.
That is a massive victory for Brian Duran. Emphasized even more by Duran pulling himself off of the canvas in round number 2 after he dropped Lopez in round number 1 to knock out Lopez in round 4.
Can we talk about certain fights, tough fights right there that make you get better and believe in yourself? That has to do it for Duran right there. Got knocked down in a second, got up off the canvas, pushed forward, got the victory.
Company. I love you guys all.
Louis Lopez was down. He seemed clear-eyed, and he took the full 10 count from Sam Burgos.
4 rounds is fucking. 4 rounds is sick in here. I promise.
Just back and forth action right here. All of a sudden, just a beautiful overhand right. Looked like it must have hurt Louis Lopez a little more than we thought. Caught him right on the chin. The corner right there, Duran constantly coaching, constantly telling their fighter what he needs to do.
Let's go. It's time.
First-class performance in victory for Brian Duran. Louis Lopez certainly had his moments, including that 2nd round knockdown of Duran. Brian Duran, though, shining through, getting the biggest win of his life. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Sam Burgos, reaches the count of 10 at 48 seconds into round number 4. For your winner by KO and still undefeated, Brian El Gallo Duran.
And what a performance for Duran right there, proving that he is somebody who needs to be in line for the next title shot, Sean.
Tony Soto, also undefeated at 145 in BKFC, was cornering Louis Lopez, and now he's having words with Brian Duran.
Those guys.
2-1 in favor of knockdowns for Brian Duran. And the decisive punch, that right hand to the knockout in round number 4. Victorious by way of 4th round KO. Brian Duran defeats Luis Lopez.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
People that are missing it are missing out big time.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Tonight only, you'll receive 20% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship apparel when you use the promo code BKFC20 at BKFC.com. There's a selection of sizes and styles to choose from for everyone. And again, a reminder, you can use the promo code BKFC20 at checkout to get 20% off your entire purchase. So knuckle up and save at BKFC.com. Tonight, in the co-main event, major ranking implications are on the line as two of the sport's most dangerous undefeated lightweights collide. When the warrior who's being called the future of bare-knuckle fighting, Bryce Baba Yaga Henry, searches for his 4th straight knockout against a man who has other plans. Combat sports vet, Robbie Problems Peralta.
It's what I was born to do, and it's my calling right here.
Big shots and down goes Townsel.
Go in there and come out the same way I went in. Go in there and be smart and sharp. And that's what I want to do.
Then, in the main event, Luis Baboon Palamino, the champ and pound-for-pound BKFC king, hunts for his historic 10th straight victory against former pro boxing champion Austin No Doubt Trout. Two elite athletes meet in a squared circle, but only one can leave with the gold.
At the end of the day, I will be champion of the BKFC.
I know that I will beat this man, and I will do it in a devastating fashion, and that's because I'm just a better fighter, period.
These are your main events from the Diamond of the Gulf Coast, Hollywood, Florida, inside the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casinos Hard Rock Live, in front of a sold-out crowd. This is BKFC 57, Palamino versus Trout, with a world title on the line. And it starts right now.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. It's unmistakable. The Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. You can see the guitar for miles, and the beams of the guitar strings shoot over 450 feet in the air. It's a spectacle and the perfect home for the spectacle that is BKFC 57. In our co-main event, one of these two men moves closer to a golden opportunity. Robbie Peralta, with 19 MMA wins and a 3-0 BKFC record, always comes ready for 5 rounds. Bryce Henry, in his undefeated BKFC career, hasn't even been to the 5th round yet. All finishes. There's a lot on the line in this clash. It was beating legends like Miguel Cotto that cemented New Mexico's Austin Trout as one of the best in boxing. Now he stands across for quite possibly the best to do it in bare knuckle, Luis Palamino. It's a main event for the ages, and the winner walks out welterweight champion of the world. Oh, take it in, baby. It's been a big night here at the Hard Rock. We are back home at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in Hollywood, Florida. And what a night it truly has been, as we have our 2 biggest fights coming up. But we have over-delivered tonight. We got all the stars in the house, and we got fights that are finishes. Big-time finishes tonight. You're seeing the best that BKFC has to offer. Let's take a look at some of those highlights. First up, Edgar Plazaola and Derek Gates. This one didn't take too long. Right to the body, and down goes Gage. Plazaola really making a case for himself. Justin Eola taking on Landon Williams. And Eola was on target with this one, right across the jaw, and just crumbles Williams. Just seconds into that one, a very, very fast fight. Leonardo Perdomo and Bobby Brents, the veteran, taking out the big rook, and Leonardo Perdomo face plants the zombie. Didn't even have to give him the double tap, just one shot. Leonardo Perdomo really making his name known in the heavyweight division. Alberto Blas, Daniel Alvarez. This one looked like it was going to be a close contest. Alberto Blas, though, right down the middle with the left hand. Out goes the mouthpiece. He says, I'm back, Alberto Blas. Man, that is a name to be feared. And then we just saw it. El Gallo Brandland taking on Luis Lopez. This one was a battle. And Lopez kept getting up, but the last one kept him down. Brian Duran, did he punch his ticket to a title shot? We'll find out soon enough, I guess, man. We still have so much more to go. We're so glad that you joined us here at BKFC 57. What a way to kick off 2024. But as we say, 2 best fights are left. That means it's time to knuckle up and throw down. Let's send it down ringside one more time to Sean Willock and the walking fight of the night, Chris Lytle.
Thank you, Cyrus. Chris, our main event, 2 world-class fighters for the BKFC 165-pound world title. This is intriguing. Luis Palamino versus Austin Trout.
2 champions, Sean, both go about this different ways. You can see here what Palomino's been able to do. Been nothing short of phenomenal for us. Undefeated pound-for-pound best against a very tough James Zilli, but look what he is, able to control the range so well. Gets inside, mixes it up, and lands hard shots. Gets right back out to his range. Wants to get inside to do the damage, but doesn't want to stay in that pocket and take any shots, so just controls everything masterfully. James Zilli looked phenomenal before this, but he looked average at best against a true champion like we saw here in Palomino. If he can control the range, if he fights where he wants, he's going to win the fight. Austin Trout, though, I mean, this guy, he does one thing very well. He controls the pace, controls the range, stays outside, lands that jab, makes it difficult for you to get inside and fight where you want it. But just look at his high IQ. Boom, turned his opponent around, landed a nice little shot, got the knockdown. If he's able to control the distance, control the range, control the pace, this guy's going to be tough to beat for anybody in any fighting style. Boxing, MMA, or bare knuckle. And that's what we're doing right here. Let's see if he can control that range. That's what he's going to try and do. He's going to try and make it very difficult for Palomino the entire night.
Chris, our co-main event set for 155 pounds, 2 fighters undefeated in BKFC, Bryce Henry versus Robbie Peralta.
Sean, Bryce Henry's been phenomenal right now. Everybody thinks this guy is the next coming. Nothing he can do wrong because he looks so good. He stays at range, fighting one of our toughest guys we've ever seen in Tom Shoaf. And immediately, as soon as Tom Shoaf was fighting him, he said, this is not what I thought was going to happen. I had a game plan, but it didn't matter because look at that range, look at that IQ. Just waited for the right time, landed a couple hard shots, and look at body, head, didn't matter. As soon as Tom Shoaf got knocked down, he said, I cannot win this fight. There's nothing I'm going to do to win this fight. I got to get out of here. We haven't seen anything like that. Bryce Henry, he's cracked up to be, he's the real deal. Now, what we haven't seen is what happens when you pressure this guy. And that's what Robbie Peralta does. He pressures people. He gets into his range. He pushes you backwards. He makes this a dirty, nasty fight. Throws hard shots the entire time. That's what he wants to do. He wants to get at the end of his punches, not at the end of yours, push you around, make you tired, wear you out. If he does that, he's been able to win every time. So that's what we're going to see. Can Bryce Henry deal with that pressure, deal with that range? We're going to find out tonight, Sean.
Forged Irish Stout brings you the numbers for this, our co-main event of the evening. In the lightweight division, Bryce Henry versus Robbie Peralta.
And it's not only 6'3" versus 5'7", Sean. It is that reach advantage. 80-inch reach. What a wingspan to 69. This is huge. Henry has to stay long. He cannot let Peralta get in to where he can land those hard shots.
Robbie Peralta, Promotionally, he's 2-0 in BKFC. Overall in the sport of bare knuckle, Peralta 3-0. He's a veteran of 29 pro MMA bouts, which includes 8 in the UFC, 1 in Strikeforce, and 1 in Bellator. Peralta told us in our fighter meeting, I'm going to stay behind my jab. Constant forward pressure is my key to victory, off of scratch, all the way through to the end of this fight.
He's got to be the bully out there, Sean. He's got to make it a rough fight. Cannot let his opponent stand out there, stay at range, pick his shots. Got to make this a tough, dirty, nasty fight and be a bully out there.
Peralta said, I'm going to use head movement to get to the inside of his opponent. In our co-main event set for 155 pounds, Bryce Henry. Peralta said he has good boxing, but he's basically a straight boxer. I'm going to make this a rough and rugged fight.
He has to cut off the ring. He has to get inside, land those hard hooks, hard body shots once he gets inside. When he gets inside, he wants to stay there and not let his opponent tie him up.
Bryce Henry, 3-0 in BKFC, 6-0 in pro boxing. Henry told us, I'm going to utilize speed and excellent punching accuracy, but above all, I'm going to use outstanding technical boxing to win this fight.
He wants to be clean with that boxing too. Nice, tight, everything beautiful out there. He wants to throw a lot of check hooks and uppercuts because he knows his opponent's coming in with that head down, trying to land those shots.
Bryce Henry said of his opponent, Robbie Peralta, his style is based exclusively on straightforward aggression. I'm going to stop that with the jab. I'm going to throw step-back uppercuts. I'm going to showcase my footwork, showcase my intelligence.
Usually Bryce Henry's so nice out there, complimentary of his opponent he's fighting. Not this time. He said this is the first time he's really wanted to hurt his opponent. Didn't like some of the things his opponent was saying online. He said he's going to really prove why he's one of the most dangerous people in BKFC right now.
Bryce Henry said, not only do I know how to throw a jab properly, I know when to throw my jab. To get our co-main started, we send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the co-main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Presented to you by Forged Irish Stout. Not here to take part, here to take over. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black and copper. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 155.9 pounds. He holds an undefeated bare knuckle fighting record at 3-0. Fighting out of Escondido, California. Here is the undefeated Robbie Problems Peralta. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue and white trimmed in neon green. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 152.3 pounds. He holds an undefeated pro boxing record at 6-0 and is undefeated in the squared circle at 3-0. Fighting out of Broward County, Florida. Here is the undefeated Bryce Baba Yaga Henry. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
This is the quintessential style versus style fight. Bryce Henry 6-0 in pro boxing. Robbie Peralta, an 8-fight UFC veteran. Both men undefeated in their sport of bare knuckle. Round number 1. Blue trunks for Bryce Henry. Black trunks for Robbie Peralta. Dipping his head.
Man, you can already see the way that Peralta's trying to come in, but these jabs are landing before he can even get near getting inside.
Already you saw Henry taunting Robbie Peralta, sticking his finger towards the face of Peralta, sticking out his tongue. More playfulness, even clowning from Henry. We're not even 30 seconds in yet, Chris.
And those feints, it's really freezing. But that jab is really keeping at bay Peralta. He can't come in because he keeps getting jabbed.
Peralta on the overhand right, left hook to the body. The lateral movement of Bryce Henry. Overhand left off the mark from Peralta. The change right hand. Heavy front shoulder switch of stances from Henry. 110 remaining, round number 1 of our co-main. We're in the lightweight division.
You can already see the left eye. Peralta's already starting to close.
With a very tall stance. Big stance for Peralta. And trying to look for the entry. Just the quintessential style versus style fight, Chris. The quintessential range fight. Showing his patience. Peralta takes that left hook. Peralta now resetting in the center circle. War clowning from Henry. Overhand right, short left hand, big shots. Now this is exactly where Peralta wants to be, but over the neck. Henry draws the separation from Dan Bercier. Peralta cut under his right eye. Some swelling in the left eye of Robbie Peralta.
Jab is just so fast and so accurate right there.
Also continually looking for the entrance. You see the educated head movement of Bryce Henry. Henry looking away in mocking fashion, not even making eye contact with his onrushing opponent, Robbie Peralta. The bell, the end of round 1.
You can see Peralta bleeding from multiple places right there, and it just didn't even look like it was hard for Bryce the way he was landing all those shots.
Here. Let him sit down, Robbie. Sit down,
Robbie did a good job of landing some body shots right there, push the pace, try to get inside, but such a good defense right there for Bryce Henry, just blocking most of those shots.
You okay?
Eating some of the body, but it didn't seem to bother him at all.
Yeah.
Peralta's got to work to get inside
here, spin the
and
bucket.
stay inside.
Here, spin the bucket right here.
Lorenzo Hunt,
You can't be outside like that.
2-weight class world champion in BKFC.
Yeah, get out, I'll bring you in.
Looks like he's got him some hype men back there, Sean. I think you need a couple hype men back here, right here.
John Cougar Mellencamp, great Grammy-winning artist, is to our left. I wonder if he would.
All right, gentlemen, let's go. Hold the line.
I wouldn't ask him. I'd pass on that if I were you.
Ready? Hold the line. Time.
Time called by Dan Bercier, medical timeout. This is to assess that left eye of Robbie Peralta.
Yeah, well, he's got to go. He's not fucking. He has to get inside. He has to stay inside. That's what he has to be inside. I keep telling you. Stay there, Robbie. If your guy's done, they're gonna stop it. They're gonna stop it. He hit him the first. Oh, you heard the doctor, right? Protect that eye. Robbie came out.
Peralta apparently could see the 2 and the 3 being held up. And that's good enough for this fight to continue.
Well, he knows he has to come forward now because they're closest out. He understands it. There's a sense of urgency right now that he better have.
Number 2 underway, you see Henry is talking to Peralta. Big overhand swings from Peralta, and Henry is pulling back. Henry staying long, staying straight, staying off the jab, and there's a lead hook.
Look at that reach, and he knows how to use it.
Peralta valiantly trying to look for the entry. He just cannot find it thus far in the fight with 1:25 remaining round 2.
I really like those feints right there that Bryce is throwing. Some of them are low, some of them are high. You just really don't know where the punches are coming from.
Good job again from Bryce Henry. Both fighters in the center circle. Peralta trying to close the distance. Henry trying to maintain the distance. And again, you see the mocking smile. Double jab, 1-1-2 from Henry. Credit, Peralta's taking some big shots, Chris, and he's still coming forward.
Those are painful shots right there. As you come forward, you get hit.
Big overhand swings and big overhand swings and misses from Robbie Peralta. Now 40 seconds remaining in round 2.
Peralta's having to waste so much energy trying to get inside, throwing these bombs, and they're missing.
Peralta's left eye is now almost fully closed. And you see that mocking smile on the face of Bryce Henry. That's out of character for him.
Like I said, Peralta really upset him with the online talk before this fight. He said he wanted to hurt his opponent. He never says that before.
Peralta with the straight stance, hooking the body. Peralta lands the left hand. He shakes his head no, walks away.
Even when the punches landed, it doesn't seem to bother Henry.
He's trying to Inside movement for Henry to the bell. We are through 2 rounds.
Sean, that eye, I don't know if they're going to let that go. It looks like you can't even see out of it.
Dr. Don Musi, Chief Medical Officer of BKFC, is now in the corner of Robbie Peralta, assessing that left eye.
Can't see?
The Peralta corner is just above our commentary position. That eye looks to be fully closed, the left eye of Robbie Peralta.
Looks like they're talking about it right now. I don't think he can see. I don't see any way he can see out of that left eye right now.
You get your last round. Let you finish this one then. Here, spin here.
I'm gonna bring him in again.
Maybe if this were,
let him go strong, that's it.
this were like Rocky, they could, Mickey could cut it for him. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see if this is one of the punches that does the damage.
You got 2 minutes, right? Go in there and get him. Come on. You gotta get him, Robbie.
Beautiful left jab right there, beautifully placed. That's what Bryce Henry does. He knows you have an injury, a problem. He went right for it. Exactly what he needs to do.
This fight will continue.
I think they're going to have the doctor look at it right away.
Now the medical timeout before round 3 begins, called by Dan Mergliotta. Dr. Don Musi working with the Florida ringside physicians.
And I just heard their corners say, we don't need that eye. I don't think they're going to let that.
This fight is over. It is masterclass in victory for Bryce Henry against a phenomenal opponent in Robbie Peralta. And Bryce Henry cruises to 4-0 in BKFC.
And Sean, the thing that pops into my head is effortlessly. That just looked effortlessly to me. He just continued to do what he wanted to do, threw hard shots, control the pace, control the range, but he didn't look like he was either trying out there or breaking a sweat. I mean, I'd hate to see this guy when he really has to beat in a dogfight because he hasn't had to do it yet. He's just been in there dominated at all facets of the fight, in my opinion.
Bryce Henry is 23 years old. He's 6-0 in pro boxing, and he's now 4-0 in BKFC. Against an 8-fight UFC veteran in Robbie Peralta, who entered 2-0 in BKFC, 3-0 in the sport of bare knuckle. Henry barely took a punch on us.
And Peralta did a good job of continuing to come forward and try to get his game plan going on. It just every time he tried to take a step forward, he was eating jabs, and like I said, it was almost effortless. Is how it appeared right there for Bryce Henry. He's playing around, he's dancing every time a punch is thrown at him. I'd like to see him push, but I'm not real sure who who's gonna do it at this point, Sean.
Robbie Peralta showed toughness, showed heart, took big shots. He wanted to continue, but we could see it between rounds 2 and 3. His left eye was completely closed. That is the fight. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the advice of our ringside physician, referee Big Dan Mergliotta calls a stop to this fight at the conclusion of round number 2. For your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Bryce Henry.
All right, standing by with the still undefeated Bryce Henry. Bryce, you made it look easy in there, man. First punch you threw, you were starting to shut his eye up. It sort of feels like you're him. Are you him in this division?
I'm gonna answer that. Everybody know I'm him. Ain't know I'm him. Let's do it again.
Hey, Bryce, here's the thing. The lightweight championship is vacated right now. We know Tony Soto is in the house. He's the one that seems like he's the front runner. Is it you feel like that's the next fight? You think it's you and Soto next?
They asked me this time and time over again. I'll fight Soto, I don't care. I respect him as a fighter, but I think I'll run right through him. Not even just that. If he doesn't want to fight me, I'll go back to my old weight class, 165, and take that belt too.
Bryce Henry, I'm going to ask you one time. There he is. Soto's right there. That could be your next fight. Bryce, anybody you want to thank tonight?
First off, I thank the man upstairs. I thank my home team, my brother, my friends, my fans and family that came out to support. And thank you too, and Dave Feldman, wherever the hell he is. I thank everybody who came out and showed love tonight.
Hey, listen, you're welcome. One more time, baby. Bryce Henry.
So we talked about the only thing we didn't know if he could deal with was pressure. We found out tonight, not a problem at all. You have to get in to land that pressure, and he makes sure you don't. He's going to be tough for anybody to beat.
Bryce Henry told us in our fighter meeting, I'm going to utilize speed, punching accuracy, and technical boxing. Mission accomplished with emphasis. The winner, by way of second round TKO due to physician stoppage, Bryce Henry defeats Robbie Peralta.
John, the Magician Townsel. Dagoberto, King Dago Aguero.
Comes into the inside left hand. Everybody knows he has to step into the game to try to see wrong. And I just proven that I am the flyweight champion of the world. Champion.
Oh, what a night here in Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Florida. BKFC, presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink, Fubo TV, MIT 45, and Grunt Style Apparel. And now your main event, Tail of the Tape, brought to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
For the vacant BKFC welterweight world title, Luis Palamino versus Austin Trout.
And you do have a 2-inch height advantage for Trout, but it is that 5-inch reach advantage he's going to want to utilize to make Palomino stay at bay. He wants to continue to pop that jab and make Palomino pay every time he tries to get inside to make this a dirty, rough fight.
Austin Trout, 1-0 in BKFC, 37-5-1. His outstanding pro boxing career is the former WBA 154-pound world champion. Trout has had 10 major organization world title fights across his pro boxing career. These are two very intelligent fighters. They portrayed themselves, of course, as such in our fighter meeting. Austin Trout told us he's really been working on in training on the clinch game, on the inside fighting. He said, I don't have to be great in the clinch. I have to use smart exits. That has been his main focus in preparing for this fight versus Luis Palomino. Trout also said, I have to continually be first. Both fighters very complimentary of each other. Trout said of Luis Palomino, he has outstanding hand speed and footwork. I know he's going to try to make this a rough and rugged fight. I have to throw my jabs, stay off of the ropes, and keep utilizing angles.
One thing he learned in his first fight, he understands this is more about placement, not about power. If he can stay outside and continue to pop that jab, he doesn't have to land hard, just has to land often. That can cut his opponent up, make him not be able to see. It can do a lot of positive things for him, but he doesn't have to worry about power.
Born in Peru, based in Miami, Florida, Luis Palomino. 9-0 in BKFC, and a veteran of 43 pro MMA fights. Palomino, the former BKFC 155 and 165-pound world champion. Palomino originally vacated the 165-pound belt to focus on 155. Palomino then decided to vacate his 155-pound belt to turn his his focus back to the 165-pound division, thus why this title is vacant.
Yeah, he understands what he needs to do. Everybody knows he's got to get in the pocket here to make this a dirty fight. He's got to be the bully out there, push his opponent around, make this a fight he's not used to, because this isn't boxing, this is a bare knuckle fight.
Luis Palomino, as we talked about the intelligence of Austin Trout, the same for Luis Palomino. And the compliments flowing in both directions. Palomino said of his opponent in this fight for the vacant BKFC 165-pound world title, Trout is very smart. He has a great jab, but I think he's going to sit back, try to outbox me and not be aggressive. Palomino said, I will be the Palomino I was in MMA. Turn up the aggression.
He has to circle to beat that jab. He has to close the distance. He does it by getting inside that jab range, beating the jab, and then taking away his opponent's advantage.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds for the BKFC World Welterweight Championship. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get Bucked Up. Sanctioned by the Florida State Boxing Commission. Assistant Executive Director Timothy Shipman. The 3 judges scoring our championship main event: Mark Streisand, Eliseo Rodriguez, Fernando Barbosa. And the third man inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Andrew Glenn. And now, with our bare knuckle fans watching live worldwide on the BKFC app and Fubo TV, from the record-breaking, sold-out Hard Rock Live, fight fans of Hollywood, it's time to knuckle. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears white and pink. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 164.9 pounds. He is a world-class pro boxing veteran of 43 fights and is undefeated in the squared circle at 1-0. He is the former light middleweight world champion, fighting out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Here is Austin, no doubt, Trout. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears white and gold. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 164.8 pounds. His professional record inside this ring is perfect. And in the squared circle, he has simultaneously held the BKFC World Welterweight and Lightweight Championships. Tonight, he looks for a second welterweight world title reign. He is the #1 pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter in the world. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Lima, Peru. Here is the bare-knuckle emperor, Luis Baboon Palomino.
Luis Palomino told us, I have to control the distance and I have to utilize my dirty boxing. Champion versus champion to become the new BKFC welterweight world titleist.
Our time, here we go.
Call of knuckle up from referee Andrew Glenn, round #1. White and gold trunks for Luis Palomino, white and pink trunks for Austin Trout. Stiffing jab from Trout. combination on the outside to start this fight. Jab to the body.
Trout keeping that right hand low. Feels very confident with his speed and ability.
Heavy front shoulder. Lowering the stance goes Austin Trout. Coming in on the heavy front shoulder. Very bladed stance. The clinch right back out. Good turn. On the outside.
Trout doing just what he wanted to, keeping his back right in the middle of the ring. That was one of his keys, staying right there. Make it to where his opponent isn't able to push him up against the ropes.
Forward pressure now from Palamino, right back from Trout. Trying to jab to the body. To the body again. There's the duck under into the clinch. Now this is exactly where Palamino wants to be. No punches thrown, separation from Andrew. 50 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our main event. You can just see the respect flowing in both directions. Neither fighter rushing in recklessly.
You thought that Palamino would try and get in a little bit just like he is right now, but when he is, he's not able to do much so far.
Luis Palamino and Austin Trout are not reckless fighters. They are really smart technical fighters. We're seeing that played out. Now 25 seconds remaining, round number 1. This is really a fight about opportunities. Palamino trying to seize it there after he lands the left hand.
Trout is doing a very good job of negating that clinch whenever they're getting into that position. He's holding very well.
Forward pressure again from Austin Trout. Palamino exploding forward. Can't find it there. Shuffle step from Trout. Trout forward again, keeping his hands intentionally low. That ends round number 1.
Definitely a feel-out round
Hay que
there,
presionar
Sean.
un poco más. Este round fuimos abajo, ¿ok? Hay que presionar un poquito más. Respira. Respira por ahí, pulsa por
él no puede estar cómodo. Él no puede estar cómodo. Tienes que presionar. No, él no te presiona a ti, le presionas tú a él para que esté jodido.
Tienes que ponerle incómodo.
Difficult round to call right there, Sean. Both guys, like I said, feeling out, nobody landed too much.
Good job when he came inside, too. Way to clamp him up and get that head position, okay? He's good. It's okay. He's good.
Trout did an excellent job right there. Every time Palamino got in to tie up and not let him
as long as you stay small, nothing will happen.
Wasn't able to bully in there, which was one of the keys for Palamino. Bully his opponent, push him around, wear him down. That wasn't able to happen in that first round. The jab being thrown by Trout. Best punch landed for Palamino right there. Good little left hand.
Round number 2 begins. Stance and lowered stance, the heavy front shoulder, the active jab from southpaw of Austin Trout coming forward.
And you can just see right now Trout really dominant on that left hand. That's really all he's looking to throw right now. Maybe he's trying to set up that left hand down the pipe later, but really he's looking to establish that jab right away. He hasn't been able to do that so far.
Palamino looking for the entry off the left hand. Palamino snatches the underhook. You see the patience of referee Andy Glenn. No patience at all as neither man threw a punch. The separation left to the body from Trout. Palamino coming forward. Half-time plum actually snatched by Trout. Palamino talked about making it rough and rugged, trying to be heavy in the clinch, chest to chest. Just pointed to his temple and pointed to his corner. Either said, I took an accidental headbutt, or I'm fighting very smartly. One or the other.
Surprised he's not trying to throw any lefts right down the pipe. He's getting in a good position, but he's just concentrating on that jab right now. Maybe he's trying to wait for the right time and lull Palamino to sleep. There's that left right there.
Palamino trying to turn up the temperature here in round number 2.
Break. Step back.
Inside, you saw the wrist control, and that draws the separation from Andy Glenn. Telling both fighters you can't hold on to their opponent's wrist.
That was a nice body shot right there by Trout. Left hand of the body.
Fast jab from Austin Trout. See the flick jab. Coming forward again to the body, just missed with the right hand. Good pull back from Palamino. Palamino dipping his head to come to the inside. 15 seconds remaining, round number 2. Palamino takes the left uppercut as he stepped in.
Trout really starting to open up more. Looking very comfortable out there.
Both men talked about Trout's jab being key. Trout has been landing thus far. We are through 2 rounds.
Like Trout is starting to get comfortable out there.
Another beautiful
He can
round,
control
man.
and dictate the
Good
pace.
job. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep just looking for the counter shots, okay? That body shot hurt him, all right? See the ice pack? Okay. I got it. Let's go. Everything's good. Good. You're in control, you're staying small, the weight's on the back foot, and good job controlling his hands when you get inside, okay? Hey, slow that heart rate down a little bit. Give me a deep breath.
Palamino looking like he's having difficulty getting inside and landing anything. He's kind of paying the price as he does. And when he does get inside, Palamino hasn't been able to throw much because Trout has had issues blocking very well. I don't think it's as easy as Palamino thought it was going to be to rough him up in there.
All right, John, let's go line.
Start of round number 3.
Trout is going to continue to do the same thing and continue to control the pace and range, but Palamino's got to start throwing some punches as he comes in. He can't wait to get in and then clinch. He's got to throw punches as he comes in.
And then you see the heavy front shoulder, the quick angled jabs of Austin Trout. Just like that on cue.
I like seeing when Trout's in here to throw that 2 or that uppercut.
Palamino coming in hard with the right hand. Into the clinch, underhook from Palamino. Those are the scenarios, Chris, that Trout told us he worked on extensively in training. Smart exits of the clinch.
Good turn by Trout right there.
Coming forward again to the body.
That was a good body shot by Trout as well.
Palamino overhand left. Stiff jab again with the right hand from the southpaw stance for Austin Trout.
Palamino's got to start throwing some combinations as he comes in.
To the body.
He cannot wait till he gets in and then try and push his opponent around. He's got to throw punches as he moves in.
Palamino just switched southpaw back to orthodox. Palamino trying to land the overhand right on the turn. Couldn't do so. Takes the jab to the body from Trout. Heavy feint from Trout. Feint right back from Palamino. 30 seconds remaining, round number 3, overhook. Now the underhook from Palamino, driving Trout against the ropes. Separation from Andy Glenn. Right hand lands. Big swing, counter right hand, counter hook right back from Trout. Good duck under from Palamino. Stiff left hand. Hand speed is phenomenal, Chris.
Not only the hand speed right there, but you see that duck. He saw everything coming. He got it out of the way. Trout just has very good defense.
We are
difficult to hit.
We are through 3 rounds.
Vamos, 2 rounds.
So these are all fairly close rounds right here. Not sure if they're giving it pressure or neither guy's landing too crazy of a rate.
Again, our judges, signed by the outstanding Florida Athletic Commission, headed by Tim Shippen. Saw a smear of blood in the mouth of Austin Trout. Palamino already off his stool. The fighters up to scratch. Now number 4 to the winner is BKFC 165-pound world title. Title that Palamino held, then vacated.
Palamino doing a good job of mirroring the hips right now, trying to make Trout fight him.
Palamino turning up the pressure, but takes the left hand. Palamino into the mid-range right hand, left hand right back from Trout. Trout again on the jab. Stiff jab again from Austin Trout. Palamino trying to walk through it. Palamino hard entry. 30 seconds gone, round 4. Palamino trying to throw harder here in the 4th round.
Trout doing a great job of answering right back every time Palamino comes forward. Trout's answering with a couple punches.
That angled flick jab to the body, we just don't see that in BKFC, Chris.
See the punches being thrown and landed right there, definitely in favor of Trout.
Palamino on the underhook. Palamino with the right hand counter, left hand from Trout. Palamino into the mid-range, good turn. That is ruled as a knockdown.
Trout landed a good punch, and you can see the baboon's a little bit hurt right now.
Mandatory 8 count given to Luis Palamino by Andrew Glenn. 45 seconds remaining, round number 4.
Let's see if Trout tries to end the fight right now. Let's see if he tries to step on the gas.
Trout closing distance. Palamino on his bike. Hook to the body, though, from Palamino. Now definitely turning up the temperature. On the duck under, Palamino resetting. Trout playing to the very pro Luis Palamino crowd. Flick jab from Austin Trout. Trout's body language has really changed. He's getting very playful now, showing his confidence. To the body from Austin Trout. Palamino on his back foot. Duck under from Trout. We are through 4 rounds. Up next, the 5th and final round.
Trout doing a fantastic job of confusing Palamino. He doesn't know where the punches are coming from. Look at, just spins his opponent around right here. Little left hand right there. Right on the chin. That was weird. Looks like he just kind of threw him down there, but it was after I think a punch.
There was some delay, and then referee Andrew Glenn picked up the count and definitely ruled that a knockdown.
I'm not sure if it was, but that's what it was ruled, so that's what it is.
Now. Don't let that shit happen, okay? You're the fucking beast. Let's go.
Palamino definitely has to have a sense of urgency right here. He's got to come forward. He's got to make this a different kind of fight. He has to throw combinations as he moves inside if he wants to land shots against a tough fighter like Austin Trout.
5th and final round. Luis Palamino versus Austin Trout. Palamino, former 2-division BKFC world champion, vacated both belts. Austin Trout in boxing, the former WBA 154-pound world champion. Step in from Palamino, good duck under from Trout.
That's what Trout's doing well. He's avoiding that big shot, ducking underneath it, and coming right back up on the other side, unable to get hit.
25 remaining in this world title fight. Jab again from Trout. Palamino stepping in, lands the left hand. Trout circles out for jab to the body. Trout knew his jab would be key. Palamino knew that Trout's jab would be key. He had to negate it. Chris, for me, the story of this fight right now has been the Trout jab. Palamino now waving Trout forward.
Not only the jab, his elusiveness, his defense right there. Palamino called for a fight, though.
Palamino walking forward, pointing to the center circle. Trout will not play that game. Flick jab again from Austin Trout. Palamino open-chested, stalking pressure, trying to mirror the hips of Austin Trout. 40 seconds remaining in our main event.
Like Trout feels like he's a superior fighter. He doesn't have to stand and trade. He can continue to fight this pace, be elusive, and land shots.
Lefts to the body from Austin Trout. There's the underhook from Palamino. Separation from Andrew Glenn. Down the stretch we go. Palamino again in the clinch. Hook from Trout to exit the clinch. 10-second flag. Palamino the left hand. Trout playing to the crowd. Quick jab again. Duck under on the right hand of Palamino. The bell and the end of our world title fight main event. BKFC App fucked up.
Great performance right there. Both guys, let's see what happened right there. You can definitely see that Trout feels like he won the fight. Palamino usually celebratory at the Olympic hands, couldn't really do so. I think that knockdown might be weighing on him, thinking that could have been the difference in this fight.
3 Florida judges' scorecards being tabulated and tallied now at the commission table. Luis Palamino has been dominant in BKFC 9-0. Austin Trout clearly feeling very good about this. His second fight in BKFC is entered 1-0. 37-5-1 in pro boxing. Our final strike stats for this main event bout presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
And you can just see, I mean, Trout more than doubling the amount of strikes landed. A phenomenal percentage of landing accuracy, 54. These are just head strikes. Just a great percentage. Both guys landing often, not often, but great percentage to the body. Trout landed a lot more. Continued to throw that left hand in the body. I thought that was one of his keys. Did a good job of not just throwing that jab. He did so the first round, but then later on he continued to throw that to the body. I think that made a big difference.
There were no histrionics coming into this fight, no animosity, just respect. Luis Palamino and Austin Trout are first-class fighters and first-class people. The same for those two men, Mike Perry and the champion, Dave Blundell. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 championship rounds, our judges at ringside are all in agreement at 49-45 to the winner by unanimous decision. And new BKFC World Welterweight Champion, Austin No Doubt Trout.
All right, standing by with your winner and now welterweight champion of the world, Austin Trout. Austin, you just went against one of the GOATs in this sport. He had an incredible undefeated streak, and he came out here and gave you a hell of a fight, but you out-stylized him. It's the technique. You look good in there, man. How's it feel to be our champion?
Listen, this win would not feel as good if it wasn't against a prime champion like Baboon. As a matter of fact, I don't think of any win that would be worthy of how I'm feeling right now, except for a win over the king of BKFC. Now, I told y'all when I got into this that I aim to be the champion, and God willing, Baruch Hashem, Elohim Alech Haolam, I am the champ of the BKFC, and I'm gonna be here for a long time, so get tired of me. You heard me? Get tired of me. I'm not going nowhere.
Man, just from your last fight to this one, it seems like you got so much more comfortable. What did you do leading up to this to get that much more comfortable inside of our squared circle?
Listen, I train at Main Street Muay Thai boxing in Houston, Main Street, right there downtown. I got a group of killers around that's just getting me sharp every day. From Coach Bobby, Coach Hernandez, Coach Krubo, Bob Perez. Like, I got some great coaches around me. They got me strong. They got me sharp. You know, if I had to sit there and fight this whole time, I could have. But I got the skills to not have to do none of that.
You already had a championship career, and now you have a new title around your waist. What's that mean, this new part of your career, 38 years old? What's next, Austin?
Whatever Dave got for me, I'm trying to take all comers. Like I said, I'm gonna be king for a while, so get used to me. Listen, two-time, two-sport world champion in my second fight on 2/2/24. The numbers already spoke. I am him.
Ladies and gentlemen, your welterweight champion of the world, Austin No Doubt Trout.
And we talked about it earlier, Austin Trout being the first high-level boxer who decided this is a different sport. I'm going to dedicate it to bare knuckle, and that's what he did. And look at the results, Sean.
The math breaks down as follows from the 3 Florida judges' scorecards. 4 rounds to 1 across the board, and the 10-8 round for Austin Trout around number 4 as he dropped Luis Palomino. He is the new BKFC welterweight world champion, the winner by way of unanimous decision. Austin Trout defeats Luis Palomino. Austin Trout, the first man to be a major organization boxing world champion, and now a champion in bare knuckle fighting championship. Chris, this is year 7 of BKFC, our first event, June 2nd, 2018 in Cheyenne, Wyoming. You were part of the first wave coming from the UFC, major stars, A-listers in the UFC. We have seen an MMA dominance in BKFC thus far. Perhaps this is a bit of a tonal shift in BKFC. Bryce Henry, 6-0 in pro boxing, now dominantly 4-0 in BKFC, taking out Robbie Peralta, the UFC veteran in our co-main. And then we just saw Austin Trout. He was a world champion for the WBA at 154 pounds, taking out the recognized pound-for-pound greatest in the sport of bare knuckle. Not just promotionally in BKFC, but the sport of bare knuckle. Luis Palamino entering 9-0. Austin Trout again, 4 rounds to 1 and knocking down Palamino in round 4 to take the title.
Sean, I think the reason for that is you had a lot of boxers who felt like this is bare knuckle boxing. I'm going to come in here and dominate. This is something I've done my whole life. Not the same, and MMA fighters recognize that, and they were able to adapt quicker. Boxers didn't think they needed to. You're looking at a few boxers right now who've decided this is not boxing, this is bare knuckle. They're dedicating themselves to it, and they already have a much better skill set for that type of fighting. They just have to make little tweaks. You're finding guys who are making those tweaks, and that's why they're doing so well, Sean.
Cyrus, you know it. Chris knows it. I know it. All of you know it. Phenomenal tonight, BKFC 57. A sold-out crowd, above sold out. Don't tell the fire marshal. Standing room only. Numerous celebrities in attendance. A stacked card, top to bottom. A phenomenal main event.
Always so special here at the Seminole Hard Rock, here at Hard Rock Live. And this was above and beyond what we've done before. We do have a new welterweight champion. It is a pro boxing legend in Austin Trout, now primed to be a bare knuckle fighting legend, Austin No Doubt Trout. What an incredible night. Bryce Henry moves on. So many great finishes. It's everything we wanted and more here at the Seminole Hard Rock. And folks, this train will keep rolling, and we got a whole lot of fights for you coming up. It is going to be just in a few weeks. It is going to be BKFC Prospect Series in Manassas, Virginia. Get ready for that. And then Prospects once again, March 2nd at Edmonton, Alberta. Not only will you see the Prospect fights, you're going to see some great veterans as well doing it big on top of those cards. As we move further into the month of March, a lot to be excited about. We'll go back to Bulgaria. We remember the first time out. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get better there in Sofia, Bulgaria. That's March 22nd. And then we are back in Albuquerque, March 29th. John Dodson defending the title against Aguero. That flyweight championship bout. Going to be a lot of fun. Now, as announced, there's some things going on in April. Just a little bit. April 6th, we're back in the UK. BKFC 62 big title fights on that one. Some European titles, the UK title. A lot to be excited about. But then, listen, it's massive. Knuckle Mania 4, Los Angeles, California. We make our debut, and you better believe we are going extra big for that one. That is April 27, Knuckle Mania 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a sight to see. It was a spectacle. We see Mike Perry. We see Ben Rothwell. What a night, and it's time to close it out. For Sean Wheelock, Chris Lytle, Jeff Houston, Brian Socha, I'm Cyrus Fees, and we'll see you February 16th in Manassas, Virginia.